We're back.
Yeah, we're back. I think chat is turned on now.
Chat is turned on now. I messed up. We're rusty.
We
Rusty.
good now? We good?
We're good. I don't know. Do we have to start over?
No, we don't have to start over. I'll just do a quick recap.
Yeah.
I got 75,000 miles on my car. You got 12,000 miles on your car. I've done 712 Uber rides, 515 Lyft rides. We produced 24.02 megawatts of solar. That's $2,116 for this location. We talked about some news. Oh, I was about to get to my story. So, the only time where I got to a point where I felt like
Hey
I had a
Jonah.
chance of actually losing charge on the car. I was driving Uber and Lyft all day, and I was getting to the point where I would normally like to go to the supercharger before, like while taking a break and charging again. I accepted another ride. I didn't check the location or the distance that they were going, and it was about 70 miles away to New Orleans. And I had about 90, like in the low 90s in charge. Rolled the dice, did it, and made it. And shout out to the Rouses on Baron Street in New Orleans, because they have a Chatamo charger that's free.
Chatamo.
Yeah, it's like a big, huge plug adapter for a Tesla that'll charge it faster than what we have here.
I don't like that name. They need to get a better name. Chatamo. What is a chat? This I ain't gonna describe what it sounds
I think it's an acronym for it's like a weird
like. Chatamo.
yeah.
What kind of Chatamo
I've
city?
heard a lot of bad things about it, about how complicated they are and how they don't work and they're like unreliable. But I mean, I plugged it into the adapter to the little Nissan thing they have, plugged it into the car, and it worked fine. I stayed there for a few
Chatamo.
minutes, ate breakfast, and I was enough to give me the slide L.
Chatamo.
But that was different.
Chatamo.
And speaking of New Orleans, we now have a service center. Man, it's been a long time since we've done a live.
Show
The
has.
service center's been open for a few months now.
You've been?
No, they canceled my appointment.
Okay.
No.
I haven't went to one.
They usually come here for the stuff we need. It's just minor.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know why I said I haven't went to one. We picked up your car at one.
I don't know if they're doing deliveries there.
I don't think so.
In other news, Tesla is floating the idea of making a gigafactory in Texas to possibly build a Cybertruck there. That would be pretty cool. Maybe they'd be able to make a deal and be able to sell direct there because something has changed. Because when I got my car, I was able to pick the car up in Houston. And you're not allowed to do that from Louisiana anymore. So the car has to be delivered to Houston. They make sure the car is okay, and then they have to ship it to Louisiana.
Right.
And then this seems highly inefficient.
It is.
Okay. I was just wondering if that was
100%.
just me. Yeah. So we have a service center here. Maybe they'll start doing more. Like it's listed as a service center light. So maybe it's a huge building. So I imagine they're going to be doing more stuff in the future. Tesla Model Y deliveries are about to begin.
Yay!
And thinking about that car, Tesla should get rid of those pictures they have on their website.
Why?
I don't like those pictures. They have a picture of a red one on their website, and it looks like a Prius. I think they only have 5 colors of their cars. I think they should just go out on a nice day and just take pictures from all angles and post that on their website. It's only 5 colors. Because the picture they have on their website, it doesn't do the car justice at all. That's just my opinion.
I don't know. Once I got my car, I stopped looking at Tesla website. I was done.
And also of interest to me, Tesla semi deliveries are expected to be delivered, but expected to start later this year.
How excited are you about that?
I am semi excited. Huh? Yeah. What happened? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if those deliveries got delayed though. They're doing a lot of testing with it. They've been testing with it forever, but I mean, where are they going to build it? That's the biggest question. Do they have enough cell supply to build that thing? And I'm also curious about companies like Walmart that ordered a lot because Walmart, the Tesla Semi is a day cab, and the only day cabs I see pulling Walmart trailers are for U.S. Express. So I imagine they have deals like that throughout the country. So maybe Walmart, if they do a major order, they go back into their own deal doing the shorter deliveries to their own stores.
Oh my God, I had to yawn. That was a rough yawn. It came out like it wanted to fight me.
Wow.
Oh God, made me mad after it came out. Like I was.
Okay, keep the updates short that time. What do you have to say about your car? How are things going with your car?
We had some issues with the camera. Do you want to talk about the camera?
Oh yeah. So with your camera, I guess I don't know how many Tesla owners like to do it, but I like to drive, especially when I'm on the freeway, with the camera showing on the screen.
Gotta do it.
And hers, it would show if it would flash like a little green line.
Yeah.
And it was nothing major, but you also notice when you play loud music because my wife she beats down the street. Yeah, that would make it go worse. And they came out, replaced the camera, and they were going in maybe an hour.
Yeah, and the daycare didn't help.
Yeah, the daycare is really bumpy. So yeah, hitting bumps and playing loud music was affecting and it would make sense as the subwoofers in the back.
Hey.
Yeah, we're back. We have a schedule now.
We think.
I think so.
We'll see.
I have several concepts I need to get recorded.
Ooh, several concepts.
Yeah. A lot Tesla Semi related.
How do you feel about your car? How do you feel about your car?
Oh, I love my car.
Well, back to my car.
No regrets.
I had an issue with my seats. I felt like my seats didn't get hot enough.
Oh, you said when it was on the lowest setting, it didn't warm?
Yeah, it didn't turn. To me, it still don't turn on. But he said it turned on. I don't know. I don't feel like the seats get hot enough. And your seats get really hot.
Mine's on the low setting. It gets it's definitely like different than yours.
I was like, I don't know.
I think what they've done is they made it to where the lowest setting isn't as extreme.
I want the extreme.
And you just turn it up.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to put it. Even my 3, but my 3 is like your level 1.
Oh.
I might want to put it on 3. I might want to burn up.
My 3 cooks.
Yeah, I want to cook sometimes. I want to cook. So I want my seats to be hot. Like the steering wheel would get real hot. Because I have the heated steering wheel. Well, don't all the X's have the heated steering wheel now?
They do now.
Well, yeah, I have the heated steering wheel. So it get hot. Have you guys been to a Tesla meetup? Actually, we have.
Yeah.
We did a ride. We got in a ride in Baton Rouge, and we went all the way to New Orleans. No, Slidell.
Yeah, Slidell. And Slidell has the only, I guess, the independent body shop for Teslas in Louisiana. Well, really, most of the Gulf South. Mm-hmm. But, we got to go on a tour of the facility. They had a Tesla that they broke down. They had actually a couple Teslas that were wrecked in there. One of them was brand new.
Brand new, like
brand new.
Brand new.
Like,
and it was like done.
Tear to your eye. Totaled.
Totaled completely. Totaled.
And they showed us how they painted them and matched the paint. And
how they have to rip everything out.
They talked about how
like we even saw like where the battery like was all the way like it had like a covering for the battery.
Mm-hmm. He told us about the explosive thing that they have that separates the high voltage from the battery or something like that.
Right.
Which may be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But he said He's reassured us that it was safe.
He told me I was riding in a bomb.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel comfortable after that, but I didn't like the bomb joke. I don't know if it was a joke, but he told me I was riding in a bomb.
I have come to grips with realizing that your car is much faster than mine. It doesn't feel like it sometimes because you're sitting up so much higher, but I think I had to. I came home from work in my car, and I had to pick her up from the daycare in your car. I think you were here or something like that, or
I was traveling.
something happened. But it was like my first time getting directly out of my car and then getting directly into your car and being able to compare them like one after another. And yeah, your car, it drives much better than mine.
You wasn't speeding in my car, huh?
Nope. Just warm up the rubber a little bit.
Lies.
That's all.
I gotta watch you.
How much are you using autopilot?
Okay, so this is the thing about autopilot. I don't like using autopilot.
This is the thing about autopilot. I don't like using autopilot. That's the most amazing thing you've ever said.
Wait. Let me finish my statement. Let me finish. I don't like using autopilot.
The Model X is just a 75D.
Yeah. I don't like using autopilot when it's heavy traffic. Like if it's like super, super heavy, like, because sometimes when I leave out, it's bumper to bumper. We not moving. It's going to take me at least 45 minutes to get to work when it normally takes me like possibly 15, if that, 15 and some change. So if I'm sitting there in bumper to bumper traffic, I might turn it on to like change the station on the radio, but I usually turn it right back off. Like I might use it for like 2 seconds and then take over the wheel. I've used it a few times when there was no traffic, when they had no traffic on the road. It's just something about it. It doesn't stop soon enough for me. And when people jump in, people could be like way ahead of me. And if they jump in the lane, it's going to start throwing on brakes. And if the person behind me is riding close, my car stops well. Like, it can stop really easy. So they're usually, like, almost about to hit me in the back.
As a truck driver and the person who's used to driving where you have to scan the road several hundred feet ahead of what you would normally do in a car, I feel like autopilot isn't scanning the road far enough ahead.
Right.
And it seems like it's gotten worse with seeing the road. Like, I remember when I first got my car, I was coming around the back way, like through Gonzales to get here, and it's just going through a little curvy road, and it started raining really, really hard out of nowhere, and I could barely see. But I could use the lines on the autopilot screen, and I can kind of see the road through there. But it doesn't seem like it does that anymore. Now, like a light rain, or if you're driving in the sunlight, it gets blinded.
AP1
and I get
or AP?
I have AP2, you have AP 2.5.
2.5. I mean, like, even in the rain, like, it doesn't, like, it was raining so hard one time, my car I couldn't see. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to use autopilot because this will help me stay in my lane. It couldn't see.
Yeah, it don't cut on anymore.
It couldn't see. So I was like, well, this is freaking useless at this point because, I mean, I don't know.
Basically, what I've noticed with Tesla is every time there's an incident with autopilot, they tighten the grip on autopilot. And I think that's what it is.
Yeah. It's good sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, can't beat me driving. You gonna get me in a wreck. I could just see the cars coming real quick behind me, and autopilot is just like acting real funny. Because I mean, it just don't get it. It can't see the signals of when someone's about to jump in front of you. I can see it, and I know to prepare myself to slow down. It just throws on brakes.
That's the thing I hate about autopilot.
It-
When it has the wrong speed limit in its system and it won't let you set the speed limit because it thinks it knows the speed limit, but it's not
Right.
reading the speed limit sign. So who do you think you are telling me what the speed limit is? I can read the speed limit. I don't need your opinion.
Jesus Christ.
Did that come off too angry?
Yeah, sound like you about to go out there and slap the car.
No. I would never slap the car.
I don't know, sounded a little aggressive. Jesus, what did the car do to you? One report says that they may start regulating it even more. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
I think the biggest mistake really the only thing they got wrong that Cadillac is doing better than them is Cadillac's system monitors your eyes and make sure you're paying attention. And autopilot doesn't do that. Like you can put a weight on the steering wheel.
okay, so it's gonna monitor my eyes with sunglasses on.
I think it checks your whole face. I think you would have to put like a dummy or something. You might be able to trick it like that. But I don't know because it doesn't work everywhere.
I don't trust that either. I got another one that I have to see to believe. See to believe. Because I don't... No.
Because the main problem with autopilot, as far as those accidents go, is people just aren't paying attention.
So it's going to monitor my face. Yeah, I got a face. I got a face when I don't have my hands on the steering wheel. What is it?
I don't think necessarily... I think paying attention and looking out of the windshield is more important than having your hands on the steering wheel.
Okay, so this is me driving, knocked out asleep.
It can tell if your eyes open.
I got sunglasses on.
You wearing dark shades?
Ray-Bans.
Oh, okay.
I got on Ray-Bans. Come on, Cadillac. What you got next?
That'll be a good trivia question. Does anyone know if Cadillacs, is it called Smart Cruise? I forgot what it's called. But does it work when you're wearing dark shades?
And you can't tell somebody they're not going to be able to wear sunglasses anymore while they're driving. Ray-Bans is a very popular style of sunglasses. I know lots of people that own Ray-Bans. I own some really dark colored sunglasses. You can't tell me that I have to buy a certain style of sunglasses just to drive a vehicle. That's stupid.
I know their system only works on the highways or in major highways.
I did see where someone said that they was using autopilot on like a regular street, and it ran through a red light, and I'm like, duh, duh, girlfriend.
It doesn't read red lights yet.
It
kind of detects them now if you have full self-driving, but it's not going to stop the car.
I mean, construction and potholes. That's another thing. You cannot trust that autopilot with potholes.
Oh, I had another interesting one when I was in the truck yesterday. Leaving the store, coming around the corner. The road is lined with trees, so you can't really see. Now, I've had this happen to me before, so I know that I need to be looking kind of in the gaps of the trees to see ahead. 55 miles per hour, a really tight turn. I'm probably 60,000 pounds. Coming around the corner, bam, school bus. Just stopped right there. In the curve.
Took the children out.
But I was able to look through the trees and kind of, like the curve is this way and I'm looking this way and I saw the bus ahead of time. And you need to be slowing down before you see the bus to stop, which is if you're in the truck.
The whole point is that you still pay attention like you're driving instead of doing anything else. I still don't get that because this is me driving.
Are you talking about with the Cadillac?
Yeah.
It can tell if you're looking up, like the way the video I saw.
My sunglasses.
Maybe you can't wear sunglasses. That might be the thing.
You can't tell somebody. They can't. We've been wearing sunglasses for how long now?
I don't know when sunglasses were invented.
Okay, you don't even know. Been around since Black Pepper. You can't tell someone they'll never be able to wear sunglasses while they driving And it's just, if I'm sitting there texting and I got my glasses on, that thing don't know what it's looking at. So that is a bunch of BS that they saying that they're gonna look at your face to see if you know if you're really driving. No.
I think they have a better argument to say, well, you can't wear your sunglasses when you're driving, as opposed to Tesla saying you just have to feel a resistance on the steering wheel. Resistance on the steering wheel doesn't mean anything.
You gonna tell someone you can't block UV rays from their eyes. So the sun is now blinding me. So the sun is blinding me now.
You're inside a car. It's not blinding you.
Have you ever, you drive a truck. Well, I know you got.
You can put the shades down.
The shade don't hit right for everybody, Zach.
You don't have to wear completely dark sunshades.
How you gonna tell me what color sunshades I can purchase when my sunshades ain't regulated by the car people?
Well, you just don't get to use
it. The police don't pull me over for my sunglasses being too dark. No, what they need to tell people is, you go out there, you use that stuff, and you're not paying attention. You go out there and you get in a wreck.
And then the government steps in and shuts the whole thing down for everybody.
Well, you know what? Maybe it needs to be shut down sometimes. Pay attention. You can have one job. They got one job. Drive the car. And if you fail at driving a car, I don't understand why it's so hard to not pay attention while you're driving. Why would you risk such an expensive vehicle by not paying attention?
When people get overconfident. Like, they first get it, and then they get in the car, and one day, maybe their first day with it, they send a text message while they're on autopilot. And then the next day, they send a longer text message. And then the next day, they check an email. And then the next day, they scroll through Facebook a little bit. And then the next day, they watch an ad. And then the next day, they watch a little snippet of a TV show. And then further down the line, they're watching movies and not paying attention and leaning back, doing what they want to do.
I'm sorry. I'm not that type of driver. I believe in... you might as well drink a beer and drive drunk. You might as well.
It started like that.
You might as well drive drunk, because that's what you're doing.
Depending on the road, autopilot, it could be like a drunk driver. Like, if you get it on the freeway, put it in the middle lane, everything's well marked, people are driving reasonably, it's not, conditions are well, yeah, it's fine. It's probably better than most people.
I still don't trust it. I still don't trust it. Little dog come running out.
Little freeway dog.
Okay, a deer comes running out. A deer, you can't catch a deer sometimes when you driving a car on a regular, but just imagine a deer coming out when autopilot comes on, and then it swerve, and then you run into something else. Freeway Fido.
Not even so much. I wouldn't even be so much worried about it swerving, because it might not even have a chance to do that. But what happens with autopilot if it hits the deer and all of a sudden 4 sensors in the front of the car aren't working just like that? You just hit a deer and all of a sudden, bam! Your bumper then fell off and the sensors in there aren't working.
Well, your autopilot shouldn't work no more. You should stop. Hopefully when you hit the deer, you stop and you just don't keep barreling through like you see in the movies when they hit stuff and it just explode. Well, the deer is not going to explode. Yeah. That you should stop.
Because deer they have hops. They can jump high. It can be all in the camera causing damage.
It could be all in your front seat sitting next to you if it go through the glass. But didn't we actually saw a car that went off the road because of a deer at the auto shop. You remember that? And the bumper was messed up. I think it was a gray one.
That wasn't the brand new one.
No, it wasn't the brand new one.
Okay.
The brand new one, they
That was a Model 3. Was that the Model 3?
Yeah, it was a Model
Okay.
3 that almost hit the deer and went into a ditch. I mean,
that place is cool. Shout out to Frank's Accurate in Slidell.
they got some cool business cards. What they do, it is cool business cards, and it was nice.
Hmm?
It was really cool. But again, autopilot. Some people love it. Some people swear by it. Some people, that's all they use. I've seen other Tesla drivers, and I know they use an autopilot because they sitting up there and they.
Passed by a guy today, he in his Tesla, I think it was a white Model 3. He was leaning back pretty hard.
I agree. It'll get better over time, like talk to text, text to talk, whatever it is.
Oh, yeah.
Still messing up my words.
Text to talk, that's just a way for you to find out which word sounded like.
And now it's in the car. So, and then this is okay.
You send me text messages and I like to make it cuss.
No, this is what I don't like about that now. Okay, so you telling me not to watch my phone, but then in order to text you back, I gotta look at a screen with a scroll wheel and make sure I land on send or doing the right thing with the scroll wheel in order to send you something back. I'm scrolling and retry.
It should be more like Siri or wake it up. Siri or Alexa. We don't have one plugged. Yeah, it's not plugged in. You gotta get nervous when you say it.
Alexa.
It's like, what do you want? Hello. I'm ready.
But I don't know. It's okay if you got something like quick, like you need to. I don't know what's like. If I'm sitting in dead stop traffic, like you gotta be like dead stop. I'll click it real quick, pull up my phone, change the music, put my phone back down, unclick it, back to my area, my hands. I don't get it. Teachers, I don't know. Some people love it. Not me.
I'm just not at the point where I'm gonna pay $3,000 for it.
And then if I had to pay,
Yeah, yours just came free.
never. Why would I pay for that? Something that barely worked.
It barely work is a little strong.
It barely worked. It barely works sometimes. I'm not saying, okay, let me say this. It works, but then it don't work for me because, again, it don't avoid potholes. It doesn't know when to stop. It doesn't stop correctly. It's not a courteous little driver to other people on the road.
When it gets confused and hits the brakes, that's probably my least favorite part because you're not expecting it and it just happens.
I mean, and it happens, and the person behind you, they thinking that you throwing on the brakes and brake checking them, so they come around and they flipping you off. They angry at you. They got road rage, and you like, oh, the car driving itself.
It wasn't me. It was the car.
It was the car, and they like, you throwing your hands up at me, and you getting this hand
sorry,
argument.
you perfectly rational other stranger. It was the car, not me.
I don't know.
What are the comments?
Oh, comments. You don't have to use it if you're not comfortable. Trust me, I won't. Haven't seen that. Cool. Maybe they will create some anti-deer animal deterrent. There's a laser patent to clean the windows, I thought. And someone showed that video and someone said, I'll check it out. I don't like the windshield wiper sometimes, too. You can't be automatic and don't cut on when I need you.
Yeah. Because usually I start my, like if I'm gonna do Uber and Lyft, I'll just start around the same time I start at my normal drive. I'll start early in the morning when it's still dark, and the wipers don't work very well at night, and they don't work well when it's raining and it's kind of bright outside. Like if sometimes it's raining heavy, I would like them to go faster, and sometimes when it's a light raining, I'd like them to go slower. Yeah.
I have no.
That's probably one of the few things I like in a truck more than I like in my car. It has like true intermittent wipers. Like where I have maybe at least 10 different speeds I can choose from instead of like if I turn the automatic wipers off in the Tesla, you only have 4 speeds.
Right. Yeah, the Kia had that too, but the Kia had other issues.
Yeah. Other comments?
I wouldn't depend on automatic wipers. What model are you driving? I have a Model X.
I have a Model S. Mine's late 2016. Yours is early 2019.
Woohoo.
So excited.
I mean, I'm more of a, you know me. I just want a car. I gotta have a car. I can't deal with no 5-speed bike. I'm gonna get to work. I gotta have a car.
One thing I don't understand is they're saying that they expect the feature complete full self-driving to be ready by the end of the year, and people are still talking about the Tesla autonomous taxi service, and I don't see that happening anytime soon. Like anytime soon.
Okay.
Like they even had it to where when you leased the Model 3, you couldn't buy the car back because they were going to use those cars on the autonomous fleet. And I think they're going to renege on that policy because I don't think, unless they're going to turn them all into service vehicles, that wouldn't make any sense to me.
How do people stop and ask about the Model X, especially the doors? Yes. So sometimes you get good talks. Sometimes you get like, what kind of car is that? And then you get I don't know.
I love those doors.
Oh, I love the doors because putting our daughter in is amazing now. Like amazing. No bending down. It's amazing. And she likes to stand up in her seat. Like we'll stand for about 2 minutes. And I'm like, okay, you ready to sit down? No. Okay, you ready to sit down? No.
If she could try that foolishness in my car, she gonna hit her head.
Yeah. So I love the doors. It was just raining one morning, pretty bad, and I don't even worry about umbrellas because I feel like I get more wet trying to get the umbrella open.
Mm-hmm.
So I can raise the door up, and we kind of have like this little cover because she likes to do her little standing thing for 2 minutes. So she stands, and we can avoid the rain as long as it's not coming in like in a weird sideways fashion.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get wet. So, yeah.
Somebody posted a comment about Memphis.
Let's see. Okay. I'm going to see about Elon time. Did you buy or lease the cars?
Oh, we bought both of them.
Okay. Would you ever go back to a gas-powered vehicle?
No. Well, I guess we'll talk about that at some point next year. I guess that'll be it's complicated.
Okay.
We're not getting rid of it. I probably said too much already.
As far as my vehicle, would I ever go back to a gas-powered car? It all depends for me. It truly depends. I mean, I can't lose. The thing about the Tesla is like, yeah, it has some weird features like the autopilot and other stuff, but it got some really good other features like the doors. I mean, just the amount of space, how big it is, the screen. I mean, the gas is a good thing too. You don't have to worry. The maintenance is low, but sometimes I miss a little bit of a gas car because there's some gas cars that I do like. I'm a Jaguar fan, even though everybody talks about Jaguars and their maintenance. I love the way they look. There's not a lot of cars like that really compete with Tesla that actually look good,
Yeah.
that are electric. So that's the problem. Like, you're seeing more and more Teslas, and all of the cars are starting to look the same, except for these weird EVs that they have coming out that look like they just came out of Tron.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it what? Stop laughing at me. It does. It looked like it came out of a video game.
Well, at some point in the future, we're going to get an electric Hummer, and I mean,
Who asked for that?
nobody, but we're going to get one.
Who asked for those? LeBron James.
That's the type. That's the type of company GM is. It's either a Chevy Bolt or a Hummer if you want an electric vehicle. No room in between as far as I don't think they. I don't know if they have anything. They have a nice little crossover SUV, but they're only releasing it in China.
There are still some people in Memphis that don't know what a Tesla is, or that they're all electric. There's still some people in Louisiana that have absolutely no clue.
And we have like a Facebook group in Louisiana. It's like 600 people.
Yeah. The owners and dreamers.
Yeah.
But like at the daycare, because the moms love the doors because of the same reasons that I said. They're like, because all of our children do pretty much the same thing. They dance in the seat, and it takes us about 5 minutes to get them to sit down. And they're like, how do you like that car? I love those doors. Those are awesome. And I'm like, I really love it. I don't have to pump gas. And they're like, you don't have to put gas in it? Oh my God, that's awesome. So a lot of people really don't know what Tesla is. I love my X. Would you consider the Y? I'll be getting my Y in March. Just sold my 3. I would not consider the Y.
I would.
He would, for him. I wouldn't.
I would like something that sits up a little higher.
Yeah.
Because if I replace mine, or I guess when I replace mine, it would probably be either with an X or a Y, unless they make something else. Somebody just posted it was a Cybertruck in our future. Negative.
What?
One, it doesn't.
Oh, well, it don't fit.
It doesn't even fit in our garage.
It doesn't fit in the garage.
And Elon posted that it was the one that is going to make it to production is going to be bigger than the one that was announced. So.
Someone says, have you ever had a problem with the doors? Okay, the only weird issue I've had with the doors is I've hit them and they haven't opened. I think I have some type of parental locks or something set.
I think that was when I have the key, when it's in my mode.
Well, I don't know. I wish it wouldn't do that. But
I think that's fixed now.
But
There's a setting where it only it would only open the driver door.
And it would suck.
And I had to turn that off.
It would suck when I was standing there holding the baby and I'm hitting it going.
Mm-hmm.
And it just wouldn't open, and I'm hitting the keys, and nothing's happening, and I would get frustrated, and I had to open my door. Then I finally had to sit her down and open the door. Yeah, it was a lot. But no actual real problems with the doors. I mean, I know some people had them where they were kind of off. Like, it kind of got weird. Mm-hmm. They are very sensitive in our garage sometimes, though. Like it'll... Even though I set it to open full all the time in the garage, it's very like, I don't want to hit anything, so I don't want to open all the way up. Are you sure you want me to open all the way up? So yeah, I have that issue sometimes. Someone said, wait, I thought it would be smaller than announced, talking about the Cybertruck. And someone said I would get a Model Y, SR Plus, if it were at the same price as a 3 SR Plus. The only new Tesla I can afford, which I want.
I think the Y is going to be a little more than the Model 3. And I mean, I really couldn't tell anybody to buy a used Model 3 because the prices don't make any sense right now.
Right.
Like they're like it's like a little bit cheaper than a brand new Tesla. And if your state has any incentives, then the
Get a new
used
one.
ones can be more expensive than the new ones.
Right. I didn't like the Cybertruck in the beginning, but the more it's like one of those.
I feel like it's not even the Cybertruck. We have a lot of pickup trucks in Louisiana,
I
and the
know.
more I see those, the more I get sick of them. It's
What,
like
the
I wish
pickup
there was a truck that just looked different. Sometimes when I'm just driving around, because they all look the same. Like,
Can you make decent money driving Uber and Lyft to offset payment?
It's hard to say because I don't really drive at those peak times.
Right.
But when you had to go to California for your trip, I actually drove at night for the first time, and I tried to fit into that sweet spot before the drunk people get out of the clubs, and like most of it taking the drunk people to the clubs before they get really drunk. And you can actually do pretty good here at that time. I probably only drove for like 2 hours.
We got a lot of drunks.
Yeah,
We got a lot of drunks. Ain't nothing to do here but get drunk. So.
I mean, if you're gonna put in the hours and you have the time to, I think you could do pretty good to offset the payments.
Yeah. But it's just, for me, the Uber and Lyft like that he does, when he does it, I hear him complain sometimes more about, you get a lot of different people, he's not a smoker, so he might get like a smoker in his car.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Or you might just got a person that, who knows, just left the gym, just got through working out. Somebody
The people
that's
who
sweaty.
leave the gym smell way better than the smokers. I picked up somebody from the gym today.
Well, I mean,
He
sometimes
was fresh out the shower.
they might take a shower. They might take a shower, but some might not take a shower.
Mm-hmm.
You might get somebody that just did construction off the street and they're covered in dust and dirt and all types of stuff.
Because all the passengers know the policy. They know you can't smoke in the car, but you get these people, well, I can't, okay, I'm ready to get in the car. It's like, well, you still smell like smoke.
Why am I doing this? This is dope.
That's not how you hold a cigarette?
I don't know. Most people hold a cigarette like this.
I thought you hold it with...
Maybe
I feel like that's really old right here. That's like a 70s sitcom. 2 fingers.
This feels like drugs.
Okay.
This feels really druggy.
But this feels like
Old school.
give me one of those.
Yeah, see.
This feels like a 19s, like
It's so long.
Leave It to Beaver type of.
It's so long. Okay.
People are like, why do they have plastic parts?
Gold plated. Gold plated plastic fart. I mean, but yeah. Anyways, back to the smoking at hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get that's the thing about Uber and Lyft. I mean, it's just the wear and tear on your car, the constant people in and out. Not saying that people don't respect your car, but you wouldn't treat your car the way some people treat it,
Yeah. But then in it's the same way, a Tesla is almost made for Uber and Lyft, that you don't have to pay for gas. And
it's perfect.
they don't depreciate the way other cars do.
Yeah.
And my car has 75,000 miles on it. I can't tell the difference between the way it drives now and the way it drove on December 16th of 2016.
Oh, he got the date. I can't tell you the date of mine.
The only thing that's different now is the seat is a little squeaky.
I can't tell you the date of mine. I don't know the date.
Well, yours is different because we got yours and you did a live video, but then we couldn't drive it for like a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Was that right?
He retracted the message. I saw what it was. and it was, can you designate your Uber as not? Yeah, it is
The
non-smoking.
the Uber policy is smoking for any cars, but
Yeah, but it doesn't stop them
it's
from smoking before directly,
yeah.
like 10 seconds before you pull up. They smoking. They do one last pull of that cigarette and throw it away.
It's kind of like at
Litter.
the company I work for. We have a no smoking policy in the trucks,
Most cars.
but
Yeah, most cars.
yeah, most pretty much even in smaller vehicles. I don't think any of the vehicles in the company you can smoke in. But if someone's smoking right outside the door, or if they smoke in their personal vehicle and it gets all in their clothes, it transfers.
I understood what you meant. Isn't Louisiana a big oil state? Do you get some Tesla hate?
I
No,
wouldn't say so.
no, I don't think we get Tesla. I think you get more people that they're like they don't understand. So when they start asking you questions, they're like, "Well, you charge it."
Yeah, there's more Tesla misconceptions.
Yeah, like what if it run out of charge? And you're like, the possibilities of that happening is like,
because a lot of times with Uber rides, I pick up a lot of people who are like in the cars, and once you start telling them about Tesla, you can kind of see like the gears and everything running in their head, and things starting to connect with them
right.
when they realize, oh, you just plug it in when you get home, and every morning when I go to work, I have 200 miles to go.
And then they go, "Oh, well, your electric bill must be super high," and then you have to hit them with,
No,
"Not really."
about $20.
Yeah, but no, not really, because I find like most people they don't really hate on Tesla. They more so you got people that's always going to drive a gas truck just because that's just their thing in Louisiana. They going until Tesla comes out with a truck that can be sitting up really high on really big tires that they could still possibly put a little bit of coal somewhere that it'll blow
I don't know about that.
all over. They just need a little bit of coal. What? They just need a little bit that they can blow somewhere. So Tesla will need to get a little fan.
I don't see as much coal rolling as I used to. It seemed like it got big, and it seemed like it's dying down a little bit. I've been seeing more people with those weird squatted trucks where the bottom is low and the top is kind of.
That sound like they shocks or
It's
something.
like that. It looks so rinky dinky.
That sound like they've been hauling stuff and it's
Yeah.
it's like, sound like
I don't
what's
even.
wrong with that?
I don't know if it is just a broken suspension or if it's. It seems like they did it on purpose. But I hate the way it looks.
Well, it might just be the timing. Like maybe you go to work at a certain time and I'm coming home with some of the guys that are leaving the plants or whatever, stuff like that. And I'm saying plants, but that drive those types of trucks. But I still see it, until Tesla comes out with something, even if it don't have the coal in it, the little bit of coal.
I think the Cybertruck is over 600,000 reservations.
The problem with the Cybertruck is it doesn't look like it's built for tough. It looks like it's built Tron tough. That's the difference,
I would like to see it in like a gunmetal black.
I don't think it matters the colors that you put on the car, on that truck. Is still
Looks too sleek.
It's still too. I hate to say this. It still looks like it's for somebody that works on a lot of computers. It does, and it's not a bad thing because it looks like it's a intelligent truck. It looks like it's built for the future, like it's here to stay. And Ford looks like the person that smokes the cigarettes.
Oh no, the farts are back.
Like that, But I'm just saying.
Would that be the Ford or the Cybertruck that smokes the cigarettes that way?
Is this like bougie?
I feel like it is.
Hey, getting in my Cybertruck. The Cybertruck, they'll have that one that's like on that long gold stem.
Yeah.
And they'll put it on light it up.
You let a light from this far away.
Yeah. Okay. No more forks. Putting it up.
I had a coworker reserve one.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was really cool.
It's a long wait. It's cool to see one.
It's
They
not
should be able to make them really fast. It seemed like it's like a folding process instead of a regular manufacturing process.
Yeah. Someone said it's not the one last drag, meaning the cigarette, so much as the one last exhale directly into the car a second before they climb in. So they taking all that smoke. And Zach is sitting there. Ugh. Disgusted.
And some of them, let's just say I don't think it's cigarette smoke. It's other forms of smoke.
It's the
And this is not Colorado or California.
it's that smoke. It's this hand. I feel like it's this hand. Okay, I'm gonna drop it. Obviously, we have no knowledge of how this is done. Okay, let me go back in the comments. Dang, 600K. Wow, what's 600K?
Reservations for the Cybertruck.
Oh, I lost that. Look up ARC 2.
Arc 2.
Yeah, not the Forks, LOL. I think the appeal of the Cybertruck may be the 400 to 500 mile range for some people. I would agree. The 400 to 500 mile range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the price. The price is definitely right.
Yeah.
Because I'm a truck that I've been seeing a lot of on the roads lately. Maybe I'm just noticing because they kind of stand out a little more. Is the Ford Raptors, and those are up there in price. So people who buy trucks have money to spend. So I'm not surprised by that 600,000 number.
Someone said my dad used those extenders on his cigarettes before he quit 3 decades ago.
I said that was around 1970, so a little off. It probably was in that time range too.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Was for me over 500 miles. Okay, that was what it was for you. 500 mile range. Probably can tie into the grid 1 million miles. And someone said look up the M35 Mako. The ARC 2 and the M35 Mako.
R2?
Oh, ARC is ARK.
Ooh.
I don't know what you had up there.
I want to look it up.
What is that?
It looks like a little space shuttle. Without the fairings.
What is that? Oh,
Wait.
a personnel. Is that a bus? That an armored bus?
R2 is an American live-action science fiction television series.
I don't know if we're looking up the right stuff, but that looked like a Tesla Cybertruck bus. Anywho, it do look like a little bus that
It
Tesla
does.
would make.
It does.
Like you would see it roaming around California.
Kind of looks like something that'd be roaming around on Mars.
That too. So I went to California.
The sea of Teslas.
And it was just like, oh, Zach, they're going to Tesla. Oh, Zach, they're going to, oh, Zach. You know what? There's a lot of Teslas out here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
And you sent me one pathetic picture of one zooming by.
They were flying by. They were driving so fast. I was like, goodness gracious, I can't get a picture of them. And when they're zooming and it's on this side, then you go to this side and it's zooming and you go to this side and it's just, I couldn't get a good one. I mean, at one point it was like nothing but Teslas around me, but they were driving so freaking fast.
It's crazy because it'll probably be like that here and not too much longer with the Model 3s. Because when I got my car, I would never see Teslas. Like ever.
You think it's gonna be a
I
lot?
probably saw 5 today.
You think it's gonna be a lot down here?
Then the Model Y comes out and the Cybertruck comes out.
All we
There's
need
gonna be
is
a bunch of Teslas.
all Chevy needs to do is get one more good Camaro out, and that's what you'll see here. You won't ever see the Tesla. What? We like Camaros down here.
I'm so sick of seeing Camaros everywhere.
Camaros, Impalas,
Mustangs, Challengers.
yeah, those Challengers, and the trucks that roll coal. I mean, they all nice cars, but that's what you normally see. And I mean, you could see like 3, 4, 5 Mustangs just they all around you, and there's so many colors now. Jesus Christ!
Yeah. That's probably, I guess, one thing I do like about them. They have lots of colors to choose from.
So many colors and so many stripes. Like Bumblebee, chill out. Lots in Washington State. So it said, yeah, I'm 52. Most of those were from my childhood. Oh, they are what inspires me to get a Cybertruck. Oh, okay. What's the price of gas per gallon in Louisiana? Right now it's like at $2, huh?
Yeah, between like the high 190s, probably no higher than 210, I don't think.
Yeah, depending upon what part of Baton Rouge you in. It might get a little high. I think it gets a little higher when you get towards the Baker area. But usually $2 and something cents.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're using a credit card. Because they charge different prices for those credit cards. Whew. You would think they would want you to use the credit card so you don't come. But I guess you're not coming in the store, so you're not spending more money
Yeah,
when
they
you don't
don't-
come in the store.
the store doesn't really make money at the pumps. They want you to come in and buy overpriced candy and drinks.
He say cheap. $2.94 to $3.49 in Washington. Whew. I feel like we should cue some sad music right now.
But Louisiana usually has either close to the cheapest gas or the cheapest gas. And we also have like the cheapest electricity.
Yeah.
So that might be one of the things kind of in the way of people getting electric vehicles. We're not being hurt nearly as much as other people are with gas vehicles, with the gas prices.
Laugh out loud. You can't be sad. You won the national championship.
Yep.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers!
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers!
There are people, we're saying that, and there's probably one person that understands what we're doing.
Yeah.
And the other is like, what are they saying?
Go Tigers! It dries my throat out trying to do it.
How you think Coach O feels?
His is already dry. He don't understand. Someone said, I'm next door in Mississippi. I lived in Los Angeles for 32 years before moving back to take care of my parents. Mississippi.
They just opened 2 superchargers in Mississippi not too long ago.
Mississippi.
And what's it? Macomb and Hattiesburg.
That's some place that you go through Mississippi, but you never.
Where are you going with this?
No, I'm
This doesn't
saying.
sound like it's about to be an endorsement.
No, I'm just saying I've never really been in to visit Mississippi. You're always passing through That's some place that we probably could go to.
I probably watched football games there a bunch of times. Southern Miss, and that was recruiting. But with Jackson State, been there a couple times. Alcorn a couple times.
Purple and gold. Oh yeah, go Tigers. Yeah, but that's some place that we should try and drive to. Mississippi.
On our way to Memphis.
Yes, so I'm in love with Memphis. I'm ready to go back.
Cookie Canucks.
Cookie Canucks is in Memphis, and they're awesome.
Tops Barbecue.
I'm pretty sure that's not the best barbecue place, but
That's the one we had.
that's where we stopped. Because we didn't eat barbecue, and we said, that looks like a barbecue place. Let's just go there.
Look at all the people. Like, look at all the people going to that barbecue place. We should go to that one.
Someone said, "Oh, that's the only place I've ever been in. The South Memphis. Beale Street was cool. We didn't even go down Beale Street.
Yeah, that's not really our deal. I guess the closest we were to over there was to the Civil Rights Museum.
I feel like once you've been to New Orleans, you've seen most of those streets. I know it's probably got a totally different culture down Beale Street, and it's probably so much cleaner.
Well, in New Orleans, people just drink in the streets at all times of the day.
But that's probably what they do in Beale Street too, though.
I don't know if that's really acceptable in a place, too many places outside of New Orleans.
Really?
I don't know.
Well, we just had Mardi Gras, and for the Orpheus Parade, Tesla was the car of choice by the Grand Marshals.
Oh, yeah.
So that was really cool that a lot of Teslas was featured in the Orpheus Parade. So yeah, hopefully next year they will be featured again, and if so, I'm going to try and go.
That tells you a lot about the people in Louisiana. Everyone else around the world is worried about the coronavirus. We have Mardi Gras parades in front of a partially collapsed building.
Don't talk about that.
Oh.
That's a sad thing.
Yes.
It's very sad. Yeah, I still don't know my way around here. When I was 8, I learned how to read maps. All I learned was how to get out of Mississippi. Jesus.
59 North. Let's go. Let's get it.
Right on. I have to get to New Orleans. I feel like everybody should experience New Orleans once. Look at his face. He's like, nah, you ain't missing nothing.
It's a Mardi Gras. You have to be okay. If you're okay with being in a crowd.
But you don't have to go during Mardi Gras.
I mean, okay. You
don't have to go during Mardi Gras. Because if you want to, like, actually see the culture, like the actual buildings, the architecture, just New Orleans, do not come during Mardi Gras. Because what you're going to see is
tourists.
Dirt, grime, stank. That's it.
And tourists.
And stank. Lots of stank. Look online and look up how much cleanup that they had to do after Mardi Gras. It was disgusting.
Best food we ever had was in New Orleans. There's good food everywhere in New Orleans.
They good food in Louisiana in general.
I mean, that's not true. It depends on what part of Louisiana you're in. I don't want to throw specific cities under the bus, but there are lines.
Well, I probably didn't go to
North Louisiana is not South Louisiana.
Well, see, I don't go to North Louisiana often, never. But South Louisiana, you definitely gonna find some good food. Spicy food. But yeah, all the Teslas here are doing great. Little London is learning how to drive her Tesla.
Yeah, she can reach the pedal now.
She can reach the pedal. She's crashed into the wall. Yeah. She's hit a dog. Little Fido. Freeway Fidos.
Did she hit him?
Yes, she hit Zeus. She hit Zeus. He was traumatized afterwards.
I don't remember her hitting him. I remember him running.
On Halloween, she ran him into the couch. He jumped up on your mama's lap after getting hit.
Oh, okay. That was a while ago. I thought you meant recently.
No. She hit the dog. Let's see. I went to New Orleans for a short vacation in 92. Loved it. Great music, wonderful food. I met Paul Prudhomme. Do people use solar and power walls in Louisiana?
Yes.
Yes. We have someone in the owners.
Yeah, we have someone.
Do we have
the guy who made the group has power walls.
He has 2, right?
I believe so.
2 power walls. We have just solar.
Yeah.
We don't have Tesla solar.
Yeah, we have. There are multiple solar companies out here.
Yeah, let's get that straight.
I don't know if you can get Tesla solar here yet, but you can get Powerwall through third-party companies.
Yeah, but it took a while though.
Yeah.
Like it just took off probably maybe end of last year, real bad, like for the Powerwall.
Yeah, they started doing that like right around the time you got your car because
Yeah.
we were supposed to get a free Powerwall, and they basically said that they aren't doing them here, and they didn't think they were going to be doing them here, so they just gave us a discount on your car.
They like Camaros and Chargers and all that in Memphis too. It might just be a South thing. It might just be something with the South. Yeah, poor Zeus.
Memphis kind of reminds me a lot of Baton Rouge. They have a better zoo and a better barbecue.
I ain't gonna talk about the zoo.
Their zoo is way better.
I'm not gonna talk about our zoo. Pray for them, the animals. Anyways, yes, poor Zeus. Zeus has been traumatized by the car ever since he got hit. He survived without injury.
We're talking about the radio flyer car, by the way.
Yeah. We didn't hit him with an actual vehicle.
The car is right there in the living room.
It's a small kitty radio flyer Tesla that our daughter owns.
I don't want people to think running them down in the street. Somebody already said something about
What? I said something about hitting the dog on the freeway.
Yeah, feline. No, Fido.
Freeway Fido.
Yeah,
Freeway Fido, also known as AKA Zeus. No, just playing. Zeus is not on the freeway. But yeah, London is doing really good in her car. She loves it. She doesn't lay off the pedal.
No, she just smashes. She doesn't really do a whole lot of steering.
She actually doesn't hold on to the wheel at all. She's using autopilot.
The car doesn't have a brake, so it's just smash the gas and just look around until she crashes into something.
And laughs. And then puts her foot back on the pedal and just constantly is just burning rubber. While
And the battery on that thing lasts a long time.
Very long.
I haven't charged it in over a year, and it's like 80%.
And she likes to get in it and ride.
Because I would just try to steer and let her go in circles around me, and we did that for like 10 minutes, and the battery's still at like 80%.
Yeah. Someone said Zeus on the loose. We have a neighbor dog named Zeus who always escapes. That must be an issue with dogs named Zeus.
Yeah.
Because he used to be a little escape artist.
Yep.
But now he done got too fat.
Yeah, he can't squeeze through the gate in places he used to be able to.
I'm looking around the corner because when he hears his name and he hears me talking about him, he kind of gives me the side eye. Zeus.
I'm surprised he let us say his name this many
Here he
times.
come. Here he come. Look at Fat Walt. Zeus, come here. Oh, he stopped walking.
Zeus.
Zeus. Come say hi to the camera. Zeus is very nervous. Ah, Zeus! What are you doing?
Uh-oh. He's a big Doberman Pinscher. Psych.
Okay, Zeus, get down. Bye, Zeus. Thank you. And here comes his friend, late as usual.
Yeah, late to the party.
Chunk. And Chunk thinks he did something wrong, so now he's nervous. Doing this weird thing where he just looks at me. Okay, back to the comments.
Yeah.
Someone says, Zeus, show yourself. Oh, God, I'm weak. Oh, Zeus. It's cleaner, but not as big. Okay.
I guess we tell them about your future videos.
Oh, yeah.
If you are into arts and crafts.
Yeah, if you're into arts and crafts, I'm like crazy about arts and crafts. I'm probably going to make us a nice Tesla logo to go in the garage so we can start transforming our garage.
Just show them the puzzle you made.
Oh, you want to show them my puzzle? dropping the puzzle. Jesus.
Oh, look, I got it. Okay, I'm back.
Look at you, done damaged my puzzle. Okay,
It's cool.
put the old back in.
It's a letter puzzle.
It's a letter puzzle. Teaches the baby colors and all. But I'm going to be making a Tesla, like in Tesla font. I want to put up in the garage a big Tesla logo. In Tesla somewhere in the garage. But yeah, so if you're in arts and crafts, I'm going to be starting arts and crafts videos.
She has a Glowforge. She got recently. It's a machine that cuts stuff.
It's a laser cutter.
It's a laser cutter.
If you're going to explain it right.
She has laser cutters and paper cutters and big giant printers. There's a whole mess in there. This is going to be fun.
Yeah, definitely fun. But I'll probably be doing a lot of stuff for us. My brother goes to Mardi Gras on Fat Tuesday every year from Memphis. I can't tell you the last time I've been to a Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans.
I haven't been to one of the the mega parades since I was little.
Yeah, it's been like baby, like not baby, but young. And I don't even know if I went to. Okay, so 3D printers. I have one that I saw that I really want to get.
It's never enough.
But I have something else in mind that I want to get before I get the 3D printer.
Yeah, what's that? I forgot what it's called.
Sublimination.
Sublimination.
Sublimation.
Oh.
Subliminal.
Close.
Jesus.
Close. I had the
What
gist.
do you do?
I had the gist of it right.
Yeah, I love barbecue too. But yeah, I wish I could have some barbecue. But yeah, anyways, so I'm gonna be starting videos on that. And that'll be happening soon if you're into crafts. Just FYI. But back to Tesla.
Back to Tesla.
Anybody getting some stock soon? I know it went down. Didn't it go down?
Yeah, until that coronavirus thing is, until people are a little more confident about where that's going, then I wouldn't buy stock in anything not named Clorox or like Lysol, the companies that make masks or something. I don't know. Because I have like a list of companies that I look at on stock like just for fun, and all of them are red except ExxonMobil for some reason.
Gotta buy gas to outrun the coronavirus.
Yeah. Yeah, gas doesn't really. They aren't really affected by
Anything.
Yeah.
Still gotta get gas.
But I guess in a way, when you start,
Everything.
it gets to a point where people stop traveling.
But I mean, you gotta remember, still got 18-wheelers. They gonna still have to travel.
But if the government steps in and regulates things, they say they don't want people traveling, then
Well, in the United States?
mm-hmm.
They
if
can do
if
that?
it gets bad and they just, I don't think it'll ever get that bad. Like if they shut down schools, like they did in Japan. I think it was Japan.
Oh, God.
What?
Don't shut down the daycare, Lord. Don't shut down the daycare.
We need the daycare.
We need the daycare,
We
Lord.
have to pay them no matter what.
Don't shut down the daycare. Oh, God. I'll send my child in a hazmat suit if y'all will still accept her. Don't shut down the daycare. What? I don't know what to say. That can't happen. Please. Oh, when I was traveling, oh my God, it was so crazy seeing everybody with the mask on. That was weird. I probably should have had on a mask.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
Yep. Tesla stock is Greater than Procter and Gamble? You think? Tesla stock is greater than Procter and Gamble?
I guess the price.
Oh, I'm thinking of the word. I guess I'm thinking of like maybe the price. I'm thinking of something different. Like you say, Tesla stock is better than Procter and Gamble. Procter and Gamble is huge.
I'm just saying, just for the short term, I wouldn't pull the trigger on it because you don't know how low it's going to go with the coronavirus and just the way Tesla just happened to open a factory in China, and they just happened to get all their sales for the Model S and X from Japan. And then Q1 is usually bad, and the market tends to overreact when Tesla does anything when they don't make a projection or something like that. Even though I think Tesla's still kind of undervalued because I don't think people kind of treat them as a car company, but they don't realize that they're a tech company and a energy company. Because once they start really making batteries and putting solar out and doing that at high numbers, then they can easily double in size. That could be bigger than the cars for them. You got anything else?
I'm thinking about the coronavirus now.
What?
I do not want to think about this virus.
You don't have to think about it.
It's everywhere.
You feel like you have to cough? Fear is like December 2018?
What happened December 2018?
I feel like this is something really obvious.
It probably is, but I'm lost. Procter and Gamble advertises way too much. They do. Zeus! Don't come back, Zeus. Don't. Just stay in your bed. Yeah, market dropped 19% in just over a month. Oh, yeah.
What?
The stock market. You remember it had that crazy drop and people were losing their minds?
Oh.
I remember that. People were talking about their 401k and all types of crap. Go, Tesla, go. So fear levels match that level on December 24th. Yeah.
It'll eventually bounce back.
Yeah, eventually. I'm just hoping that in the meantime, Tesla. Well, you know what I have this is so off random of what we've been talking about, but at work, because a lot of people, they know I have a Tesla at work, so they watched the Cybertruck reveal just to tell me about how bad it was going to look the next day. What? That's what they did. They wanted to tell me how bad it was going to look. One thing that people are really interested in is that ATV that was featured. And I heard so many people saying they would buy that right now.
People in Louisiana love ATVs.
Sure do. Sure. St. Gabriel will have many of them.
Yeah.
They buy lots of like off-roading
police
vehicles.
officers, they buy them and paint them in colors and use them.
Right. So
people go off-roading. I've seen people race them.
Yeah. I think that they would sell tons of those.
Yeah.
If they opened it up. Like tons. I mean, some people would buy multiples for like one household. Guaranteed down here. They were like, forget the truck. What about that ATV though?
Yeah.
So maybe that will be in the future.
And then the ATV doesn't even have the same challenges. Like you don't have to worry about range as much as you do with a car. Most people just want to go have fun for a little bit and then put it back on a trailer.
Once you ride it in the mud a couple times.
Because those things, they aren't fun to like ride for long periods of time.
No. I'm really hoping like they do come out with certain type of vehicles in the future. Like the ATV, like a motorcycle maybe.
You're not going to do a motorcycle.
Why?
The word is that Elon Musk got in an accident on a motorcycle and he apparently almost died.
Jesus.
So he kind of
He not a.
doesn't care too much for motorcycles.
I can see
Even
that.
though that seemed like that would be motivation for him to make one that's safer.
Right.
But, I mean, that's just what I've heard.
But how do you make a motorcycle safe?
How do you land a rocket vertically?
But I mean, if
You
you
do that.
it's one thing to be riding a motorcycle and then you get hit by a car. You literally just got hit by a car. Like, motorcycle ain't helping you at all.
Yeah, at that point, the motorcycle is just there. You might as well just been getting hit in a crosswalk.
Right.
It's just sort of the same,
It's
except
the same. You going the
except
same speed as hopefully everybody else, but
you just could have a motorcycle land on top of you.
that, yeah. So how do you can't really make that safe? I mean,
You make it safer.
you can make it safer for the driver who's riding it, but you can't make it safer for the driver and the people that are around him. Because you can't control what the next person is doing. So that's what makes it kind of scary.
I know one thing. Before we end this video, if you're into politics,
Why are we going political?
we're really not.
Okay.
There's a video of Tom Steyer next to Juvenile singing rap music, and if you haven't seen it, look for Tom Steyer and Juvenile on the internet, and it's worth the time to I just saw it before we made the video.
Why was that necessary?
It's
Tom
funny.
just dropped out. I saw it. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he just dropped out of the race, so it's not really political.
But he just did the Juvenile back that thing up, so it's just kind of.
It's so funny.
I was kind of.
What else are we watching? Netflix has this weird show called Love is Blind.
Watch it.
Guilty pleasure.
Watch it. Watch it. Okay. Now McConnell West can dance. The ATV would be pretty cool. Zach and Tesla YouTube made a video in agreement of what you said before. Oh, a YouTuber made a video in which you said you won't bet against Elon. You wouldn't bet against Elon.
Yeah, that's... Like, if I felt strongly about something and then Elon Musk came out in the opposite, I would reassess my position. The only thing...
Not me.
The only thing that I'm not so sure about is when they talk about autopilot. But that's only because they've been wrong a couple times on autopilot.
Autopilot.
They've basically been saying things about full self-driving like 3 years in a row. And kind of not making goals.
Yeah.
Like ever since 2.0 came out, it's...
I'll give him his goals of making and selling. He could have that. But he ain't gonna ever convince me about autopilot. I don't care.
I think they could convince me. I just don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon.
Oh, they could convince you? You think?
If I can get in the car and it drives, and I think it's a really good driver, better than the average person, like, and it can handle situations being thrown at it, then yeah.
But they couldn't convince you now to purchase it.
No.
Okay. They couldn't convince me. It would take I have a lot of questions. A lot. And I have a lot of scenarios.
Like I told you, I like autopilot under certain circumstances. Middle lane on the interstate, going with the speed of traffic, the lines well marked on the interstate, no potholes, people not driving crazy, not too much traffic, no rain, preferably during the daytime.
You are saying a lot of things that your Tesla cannot control.
I know.
So how can they assure you that if your Tesla can't control that?
I'm saying I can see that, so that's when I would turn it on.
Okay, so then okay, never mind.
What?
We drive in Louisiana. Number one, Weather is so unpredictable. You can't control the rain. Sometimes it rains for weeks. So you spend all this money and you might not ever be able to use it.
I'm saying when I would be comfortable using it. I'm not even talking about like purchasing it. Just when I would be comfortable using it right now. And I would rather, and like for me to purchase it, I would need to be able to use it in way more situations than that.
If Tesla gonna come out here and paint all the roads, fix all the potholes, get all the other cars to where they have some type of bumper pads around them, like bumper cars, so they bounce off of you if they hit you. Also control all the other people who don't have autopilot, who are talking, texting, watching TV, and doing everything, reading a newspaper, doing their makeup in their car. Yeah. And also go up in the clouds and tell the rain to stop. And then Escalade gonna come with their Cadillac gonna come and they gonna have their Ray-Bans on and you can't see nobody face and they gonna be trying to read your face.
I need to look into that. I wonder how that works with shades. I wonder if it just says it can't read your eyes or if it just guesses. Or if it's just looking at like the general like location of your head.
No computer is gonna tell me how to drive a car. It says, but okay, let's see. You'll see soon. Will come quicker than you think. But really, when it comes to bad weather, snowstorms, rain, hail, do I have any scary autopilot stories? I kind of do. Like, I was in autopilot driving once before. A car jumped in front of me and it threw on the brakes. The car behind me, again, wasn't paying as much attention or they were riding close. I'm sitting in the car and I have my video up. All I'm doing is bracing myself to get hit in the back. And ain't nothing scarier than getting almost hit in the back by a truck that got the police things on the front of it. So you just sitting there and you just like, okay, I'm about to get hit. And God knows who else could have got hit. I mean, thank God I didn't have an 18-wheeler behind me because I probably would have had to go back home and change my whole outfit because who would have known what would have happened? Probably would have lost everything. I mean, I've had it to where it just doesn't, it doesn't drive like a human. It drives like what a computer would drive. You're the only car in a sea of cars that are being driven by a human. The car isn't going to understand when it sees a car. I could see someone looking like they're about to come out of their lane. The car doesn't know. It just keeps going, and then this person just turns in front of you.
It drives like an inexperienced teenager.
Or somebody that only has tunnel vision looking straight ahead.
And that's kind of what I talk about when I say you need perfect conditions to really like it.
But when are you going to have perfect conditions?
Like you can't take your driver's license test when it's raining because they know that's probably not a good idea.
Well, that's because they don't want to be in a car with you. That's why. Because they think they got to protect themselves too. They got to go home to their people. And you take them on into the water somewhere. No. When is there going to be perfect conditions for autopilot? When is there not going to be construction on the interstate in Louisiana for us that autopilot isn't going to know? There's a bunch of cones coming up. Don't go straight into the cones. If you're not paying attention, just like on the work that's being done on our interstate now, at night, half of 2 lanes out of the 3 are blocked. It's at night. If you have autopilot on and you're not paying attention, you gonna go straight into some construction workers.
With the enhanced autopilot, if you have Drive on something. It does detect those cones, and it'll let you know on the screen that it's detecting a construction zone. So they are doing things, but it's definitely not perfect.
It's not really fair to expect full self-driving to operate during conditions where the National Weather Service sends out shelter-in-place warnings. We don't always get shelter-in-place warnings. That's the thing. The rain here, it could just be regular rain for us. It can't see.
Yeah, we don't really
We
get a
don't
lot
get
of
shelter
shelter in
in
place.
place. It don't have to be a tornado out there or anything, or
Like sometimes it'll just be raining really hard and
and
you
no
can't
one can
see.
see. No one can see. The computer will tell you when it can be on full self driving when conditions are right, won't it? It will, but with Louisiana, and I don't know how it is in your state, the line color varies. So that's why I'm like, when is it going to be the perfect condition? Because what you don't want someone is for it to be great lines. You can see the yellow, and then 10 meters ahead, they disappear.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's my thing. I just feel like for me,
The
I can
the worst is when you're driving at night and the roads are a little wet and everything is just shiny.
shiny. I mean, even for me, I know if for me I can't see it, I already know my computer is not going to do well. And I already know the people that are next to me without a computer isn't going to do well. So I have to be leery of those people coming out of their lane because autopilot isn't seeing. I mean, yeah, it can see someone coming out of the lane, but get out of the way of the person that can't see.
Sometimes when it's like that, it's almost better to be around other cars when you can't see the lines because you kind of just you like this car's here and we're just gonna just stay this close to each other as we come
Yeah.
and drive straight.
Drunk driver, me and Zach, we were headed home. You remember the drunk driver that was going off the road?
That was coming towards us.
He was in the Jeep in front of us. You might not remember. Drunk driver going off the road. He was kicking up a lot of rocks.
Oh yeah.
You don't want your car. Your full self driving isn't gonna know they got rocks coming at you full speed because somebody is going off the road. I want to be in control of that. I can see ahead this person is going off the road. I'm gonna let him go full ahead and get in front of me and go.
Regulations won't let Elon switch to full self driving. I think that's going to be the thing that's going to be their biggest challenge. Regulations.
Someone said if I order a long range Model Y today, how long do you think I would get? How long do you think I'll get the car? I live in California. How long do you think it'll take for him to get the car? Well, we saw someone took a picture of all the Model Ys that they already had.
They're in production, and it's going to depend on how you configure the car. You'd be better off getting a black interior right now.
Right.
If you want the white interior, it might not get there this year.
Someone says, I have driven on I-20 through LA construction zones for 30 years. Do you think they'll ever finish? Well,
The last time when we went from Shreveport to Monroe, there was construction there at that time.
if you ever come in Louisiana, one thing you'll always see is the beautiful construction. It's always construction. It's always, why? Because we always have potholes that the Tesla cannot see.
And our roads never get better.
No.
That's the disappointing part about it.
Right. They never get better.
Sometimes they make it worse.
So that's my thing with the autopilot is we're driving on things that they can't control. Yes, they can control their car to a certain amount of they can control their car, but they can't control the environment it's driven in or the person driving it. So then they can control that up to a certain point, but I feel like autopilot is cool, is fun. I still don't like I don't care for the car coming to pick you up in the parking lot. Go park itself and come get you. I don't like that either. That's not my cup of tea. My car, I will park my own car. I don't know. Some people like it. I don't.
I would like that feature if it worked well. Like, I mean, if it worked well. I saw a couple of them get close to getting in accidents.
I've seen it. I've seen a couple of them hit things. Like hit bushes and those nice little tree things that they have in the center with the concrete to hold the trees. Roll all up on that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just don't think. I don't know if Tesla can control the environment. That's the issue. Now, if Tesla goes out there and they build their own roads like they're building a tunnel, I mean, if they make a highway just for Teslas, I'm pretty sure it'll be pretty darn safe if they do the upkeep of it. But if it has anything to do with someone's state, and there's not many YouTube videos on Caddy system versus the gazillion Tesla autopilot videos.
There really aren't. Most of the Cadillac systems, whatever, I forget what they Smart Cruise, I think it's called, or I forget what it's called. But most of those videos are either done by either Cadillac themselves or like professional, like car and driver, like people who do professional reviews. I haven't seen a lot of like comparisons. But that was the main thing that stuck out to me. But look, autopilot, you have to be sitting in the chair, your seatbelt has to be on, and you have to be resisting the steering wheel. And there's a camera that basically watches your face. We need to look at that and see what that camera is actually looking for. I was under the impression that it looks at your eyes. But like you said, if you're wearing dark shades, it either needs to tell you that you either need to take the shades off, or you just can't use it. Because it can't just assume that you're watching if that's the only thing that it's using to tell if you're watching.
They're collecting the most data from their drivers for their supercomputer to the program itself. That's the wild card as to how fast it can be accomplished beyond the safety of the human drivers. Again, all this stuff, it sounds awesome. Maybe I feel like one day we're going to get to a point where we're going to have all these smart cars.
I want to get to a point where if you're on autopilot and you go somewhere and it has trouble and you have to take over, the next time you go there, it figures it out. Because I don't feel like we're there yet. Like everyone says that it's getting data and it's collecting data. I haven't really seen that in the driving I've done. Like it just seems like certain things confuses it.
Yeah.
And it'll go over the same spot over and over again, and it doesn't get it.
I don't know. Louisiana, I don't think right now, and this could be for multiple states, I just know Louisiana, I just don't see that for any car, not just Tesla, for anybody that advertises your car is going to drive for itself or do whatever it is going to do for itself. I don't see it here.
If our roads weren't consistently ranked in the bottom 5 in the nation.
And just imagine New Orleans. Like, we talk, Baton Rouge is bad.
New Orleans is the worst.
New Orleans is even, that's even worse. You bump. And I mean, we're not talking about, potholes that you hit and you go. We talking about potholes you doom.
The only roads in Baton Rouge that are close to as bad as the ones in New Orleans are the roads that are lined with oak trees that have the roots that mess up the roads.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're gonna fix them. That's where the tourists go.
That's how all the roads in New Orleans are, as if they are lined with oak trees, and then some of them don't even have any trees.
But I don't know. Again, if you like it, great for you. It's not for me. Dang, I thought it was only Upper Midwest that had terrible potholes. No. You should go to my baby's daycare.
That's a gravel road.
So tore up gravel road. Tore up. Nice daycare though. They're cool people.
It's just, you have to remember, Louisiana is right at flood level, right along the coast. We have really soft ground. So even if they were really good at making roads, they wouldn't last.
But they patch it with the worst stuff though.
Yeah.
So
the patches are usually worse than the potholes.
And the patches is what caused the rocks to then fly back and hit your windshield and break your windshield. Which I have had I've had 2 rocks hit my windshield so far. Yeah. I don't know. The worst thing here is the tractors and agricultural equipment.
I'll probably do Uber and Lyft for, I guess, another year. And then after that, I'll probably get my windshield replaced. Because I have a couple of stars and one I'm not going to be able to get repaired. But I'm doing so many miles, it doesn't make sense to replace it now. Because it'll probably crack again as soon as I replace it. And for now, as long as I get my inspection sticker, it's fine.
I went to go get my car washed just today. My husband texted me, watch the potholes.
Yeah, in the car wash area. And that one's bad.
And I get there and I'm like, oh, you didn't tell me it was a bomb zone. I didn't even get the car washed. I just went out. Forget it. But yeah, it's just, I think Tesla is definitely ahead of the game when it comes to the cars and EV and technology. I sometimes think they're too far ahead of the game, and I think that sometimes their downfall, and that's why they have so many issues, and that's why you hear so much about them in the news, because people don't want to. They get overconfident and they don't want to use the steering wheel for some reason.
I wouldn't say they're too far ahead of the game, but it's so much that they're getting better with it, but they used to be really bad at over-promising and under-delivering.
But I think that's what autopilot is. It's an over-promise and it's undelivered. Like, it's under-delivered, like it's a super promise. Your car can drive itself. That's what everybody thinks when they hear autopilot.
But nobody's really promising that. People are interpreting that.
But they have the name. When you have a name and you have autopilot, but then you see the small font like this. When you hear the pill thing, this pill may cause. No one really reads what the pill might cause. They just know you take it for this. So when you have a name like autopilot, that's why you get people who drive a Tesla and they go, oh man, it went through a red light. Yeah, but you didn't read where you can't use it on this. So I think it's like an overpromise. The name sounds so great, but it's not really autopilot.
And the crazy thing is, the name has always been autopilot before full self-driving was even in the picture.
Yeah.
When it was just really only on freeways.
And then when you hear that, it's like you're adding to the notion that this car can drive itself. That's the one question I get the most. Your car drive itself?
Yeah.
No.
When I do Uber and Lyft, people either don't know what the car is or they say this is the car that drives itself. Well, most people don't even know it's electric. Most people know it more by it being the car that drives itself than it being electric.
Right. So, I don't know. And then you get people who want to buy the car just because they think it drives itself.
Mm-hmm.
which I think is totally not the case. And I think and it's not Tesla's not advertising that. It's its consumers getting it and showing that, oh, the car can drive itself because they don't have their hands on the wheel, and they're showing a second clip of not holding their hands on the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And people take that as the car can.
It's like, oh, here's me duct taping a water bottle to the steering wheel, and the car thinks I'm holding on to it, and I'm gonna take a nap and shoot a YouTube video.
Right.
Here's a YouTube video of a guy who's pretending to sleep as he drives down the street, or as someone who just happens to be recording. This is totally legit. Like,
right, and all Tesla drivers are like, we know he's not asleep, because if he was asleep,
mm-hmm.
the car would go crazy after a certain amount of points for him not holding the wheel. But isn't that horrible to put out there to a bunch of people who, like you say, reading is fundamental? A lot of people don't read. We quit reading when we get out of school. So they just see what they see, and
if you're on a Tesla group, especially Tesla worldwide Tesla owners worldwide on Facebook, there are a lot of people yelling, "Read the manual. Just read. It's in the car." But I mean, nobody reads it. People just gets on there. They think the car does something. They ask the community, and then they feel like they've been taken advantage of it at Tesla or something, sold something that they thought they got something else.
Okay, let's see. In Memphis area, there are many streets that get paved regularly, and there are streets that haven't been paved in 20 years. Some write often a street that have been paved. Reading is fundamental. 4 bill a month, 12 by 19 years in Afghanistan alone. All that money could have gone into our own country's infrastructure. Someone said actually several pilots have commented that autopilot title is perfect. I
think it's not so much because if you are a pilot, because I've heard people that were pilots talk about autopilot and compare it, like it really is a appropriate name. But when people who aren't pilots think about what an airplane does,
right,
people don't realize that what an airplane does when they put it in autopilot isn't like the plane is really driving itself.
Right.
Like it's just
coasting.
Yeah, it's doing what autopilot has to do without any of the traffic that autopilot has to deal with, any of the other things that autopilot has to deal with. It's just in the air. Just don't hit another plane.
But you got people out there who aren't pilots who think autopilot is the car can literally go from point A to point B without any issue. And we have Tesla owners who feel the same way. That's the scary part about it. And that's the part where Tesla, I feel like, yeah, the name may fit, but that ain't the right name for people who don't know what the true definition of it is. Because almost every person I meet that sees it, they go, even the kids, they go, "Mama, that's the car that drives itself. That's that crazy car that can drive itself." And I'm like, and I go, "Not my car." But yeah, someone said, "Smart Summon will be very cool and convenient only when it works." I still don't like that either. I don't like that. My biggest fear is I know it can stop when it sees people walking and stuff like that. I saw the video of it doing it. My biggest fear is the car. You over here. The car is over here. Let's say the car Let's say the car does everything right and someone else does something wrong. Yeah, you got it on video, but you weren't even in the car. Like, is it really worth You know what I'm saying?
Does anybody know how insurance companies are handling that? That's something I'm curious
I'm
about.
sure you can use, but okay, I was saying I'm sure you could use the video, but let's say you're not videoing. Let's say you're not videoing in your car. In your car, someone jumps in front of your car and say, "Oh my God, your car just bumped into me and hit me."
Mm-hmm.
Most parking lots, thankfully they do have cameras, but you in a parking lot that don't have a camera. What do? Your car bumped into me. And then your car, after I moved, it took off and parked itself. I I don't know. I don't have smart summon, so I haven't been able to test it. Run like hell. I mean, you come out the store with your groceries thinking your car then went and parked and somebody's standing there waiting.
Like, cause like ideally, I like the idea of like if you come out of the grocery store and if it's raining, the car will come and get you. But everything that has to happen, like everything that has to happen between the car backing out of a parking space and coming to you incident free is what worries me. Other people, it's seeing the curves of everything, not getting curb rash coming to you.
I've seen it, and it takes a wacky path to get to you. A really wacky path. Now, I don't know, it could have been just the videos that I saw people were posting of the worst things that could have happened, but it's collecting data for Tesla to improve the whole computer system. Yeah, but I don't want to be that person that is using my data. I want it when it's perfected. I don't want to use it when it's not. I don't want to be
Usually,
the,
when you're in a test system, they have to pay you.
right. I don't want mine to hit somebody and then I gotta pay because y'all was testing on my dollar. No, no. If you want me to test, you gotta pay me to test. Give me a new car when somebody tear it up out there, or when it tear itself up. I don't know. If your car hits something, are you liable? I wasn't even in the car. That's how I feel.
That's what I'm wondering about the insurance. Like, who is covering that? Who's at fault?
Would your insurance
Tesla?
even cover that? Would your insurance go, okay, because if it's looking at a police report and the police report say no one was driving a car,
Yeah.
I would think
Nobody's driving the car, but the car itself is at fault. But the car isn't listed as a driver on your policy. Is what I'm thinking.
I would think no
problem.
insurance. I think that would be the hardest fight of your life to get that paid for by your insurance. And I'm surprised more insurances haven't. That's not like, they ask you on a checkbox when you get in your car insurance, like, does your car drive itself? I'm pretty sure that's going to eventually become one of those.
It'll be like a self-driving policy you would probably have to buy.
Right. I'm pretty sure that's going to come eventually. But again, I don't want to be the person that caused that policy to go down. Someone says $100 Cybertruck down payment with full self-driving is the way to get your money back when full self-driving is turned on from the data is that they are collecting. Someone said Tesla insurance would cover it.
I have some things to say about Tesla insurance in the future. Not necessarily as it relates to autopilot, but other things and how Tesla is something that's kind of been going in my head as I'm researching other things that I think Tesla will be able to take advantage of in a major way with their insurance. So stay tuned for that one.
I don't know how much Tesla insurance costs.
People have said it's competitive. Some people cheaper, some people more expensive. It kind of it's like regular insurance. It just depends on what numbers and demographics of whatever you put in or your location. How you making that face?
What's competitive?
Hmm?
What's competitive?
Like right around what you were paying for the insurance you have. Some people say it's more expensive. Some people say it's cheaper. I think it more so depends on who you're with. Or
Do you put black tape over the front camera in your Teslas like some people do with their? No.
what?
Who
Why?
do that?
Wait, why do they do that?
Do you put black tape over the front camera in your Tesla like some people do with their laptop cameras? No, indeed not. Why would they want to do that? I'm not messing up them cameras. I don't even do that with my laptop. Something go wrong with it, they getting it back.
I mean, I don't know what they would see on the camera that would be worth hiding.
But
It's me running in the garage naked to install an update. I got an update. Well, let me get. I can do it from the phone now.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Put some clothes on. Don't go to. You gonna go out there one day and the garage gonna be up. The garage gonna be up. Children gonna be walking to the bus
To the bus? Why would I be here while kids are walking to the bus?
Thursday.
That's why we get our updates at night, usually.
Watch, next time it's gonna be on a Thursday in the morning. You gonna be here, and you gonna think twice about what I said.
Woo! Update.
Oh, maybe I should put on some clothes. Inside the car, Zuckerberg puts tape on his laptop.
I guess so. I mean, based on who he is, he probably would think that people would have incentive to try to hack into his computer.
He's wanting to put tape over something when he created a platform that's basically spying.
That is pretty funny.
He's wanting to tape something. Get out of here. Go post on Facebook.
I have no idea why someone would want to access any of my cameras. They will get a bunch of boring footage.
The idea is that with full self-driving and operating under the Tesla network, your car will be able to automatically cover in an accident.
If you're using full self-driving and under the Tesla network, I would think Tesla would have to cover that. Because even with Uber and Lyft, if you're in an accident when you have a passenger, their insurance covers that.
Read the fine print.
But
Better read it all. I'm watching you,
I
Tesla.
would imagine Tesla's network would cover that. I'd be more concerned about full self-driving when you're not on the Tesla network.
I'm watching you, Tesla. Some laptops have a built-in sliding door to cover their cameras. No tape required. Yeah, that is true. But I mean, my thing is, trust me, that if they want to see people gonna hack into something, they gonna hack into it. I'm pretty sure people know about pretty much you on YouTube. Everybody on YouTube, they probably didn't got everybody's stuff off YouTube. We just don't hear about it. 10 years from now, YouTube was hacked 10 years ago. Did you know? Here's this. Oh, here's this settlement. We're gonna give everybody $5. Oh, too many people applied for the settlement. Here's your 25 cents. People all these things get hacked every day. I'm sure they know all about us.
As long as it's not my bank.
Woo, please don't. Please don't. We don't need that type of drama.
If you want to hack Facebook, if you're going to steal some pictures, go for it. I don't care.
I don't
hack my bank.
Is Tesla insurance available in Louisiana yet?
I don't think so.
Nope.
I think it's still only in California.
Don't
If
do
I'm
it.
not
No.
mistaken.
I don't believe Tesla would pay for an accident created from autopilot. They will throw it back to the owner. That's what I think, unless it could be proven otherwise.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Yeah, for autopilot, it's definitely gonna be on the owner. That's just the way it seems like it's set up. But when you get into full self driving, then you get to a point where the car is like really driving itself. Like this is years and years down the line. Then I feel like it has to be Tesla for that type of accident. I mean, how can they say you're responsible for the car when they're responsible, when they're actually driving and it's based on the software that they developed?
But ain't you supposed to always be there to catch it?
But you aren't there. The car is driving itself. You're at work.
Oh, you talking about you sent the car out on a
Yeah.
mission?
I'm talking about level 5 full self driving. Go pick up my kid from school. Yeah.
I would never, ever. It's past full self driving. Even if it worked, who's stopping people from getting in your car at that point?
Well, the good thing about Teslas is most people don't know how to operate the door handles on any model.
But that's a simple video. Okay, that's a simple video. When this comes out, when full self driving and you telling it to go pick up somebody, people are then gonna see Tesla's driving around with nothing and it's pulling up to get somebody. Who's stopping a carload of people from getting in your car?
Well, the doors are gonna have to be locked. So you're gonna need like an app or something to access the door.
Okay.
You have to send somebody like maybe a key or something through a text message or through their app or something like that.
Somebody's gonna be a lot of stolen Teslas, and a lot of people just taking this.
Well, at this point, if you have it in that mode, I'm sure it's gonna be tracked, and I don't think you're gonna be able to put it in any
Okay, so just drive me back to the person who owns this Tesla.
What?
Drive me back to the person who owns this car, so then I know who the owner is and I can just rob him.
I mean, what's stopping you from just following somebody home?
Nothing, but it's easier for me to just either ride to you.
Well, you got to get in the car first.
Okay, I get in the car.
What?
The car goes to pick up. Okay, car went to school. Or car went and picked up London at the house. She gets in the car. Someone else gets in the car with her. They drive all the way back to wherever you are.
Oh man, she doesn't just let them in the car. That sounds like borderline kidnapping.
Okay, what you think has happened with Uber?
Well, that's not, huh?
That happens almost every other week with somebody with Uber. Worldwide. You go pick up somebody with Uber. That hasn't happened with Uber?
What?
Y'all making excuses. This is not what y'all gonna have to understand, the world is not rainbows and sunshine. Tesla is definitely, it has a rainbow mode, but the world ain't rainbows and sunshine. You're sending a car out there to pick someone up with no one in it whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're expecting it to be peaches and cream 100% of the time. It's not gonna happen.
But you're saying the world is like brimstone and fire, and and like somebody's gonna be waiting there to pounce on the car.
I'm not saying that's not going.
I'm
saying that's a scenario. I'm saying that's a scenario and can happen. There's multiple other scenarios. You want me to just go down my deep bag of scenarios? You know I got them.
No,
You know I got them. I can give you multiple ones. No, I would not commit any of these scenarios. That's just my fear of what would happen.
This is Captain worst case scenario here.
It's my job. That's why I'm good at what I do.
More comments?
Camera with facial recognition security. I think the self-driving will not happen anytime soon. I don't think so either. People just pay Tesla extra for just basic summon and auto park. That's probably what's going to be happening.
Yeah. The worst thing about autopilot that they did was they took features that autopilot had away from autopilot, and they're charging the same price for it. And they just moved some of the stuff to full self-driving when it was a part of autopilot.
You know how many things they got to fix before full self-driving come out? So it would have to be able to read potholes. If your car gets a flat tire, it would have to know to pull over, and then you would have to go. Let's say you sit the car to go get London, go get the baby. You have no car, so you got an Uber to go get your car. On the interstate, they got a flat tire.
Well, the potholes thing, being able to pull over, that shouldn't be a problem because it.
I'm just saying at this point you have no car because you got to go get your car that's on the side of the road on the interstate.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds awesome. Sounds wonderful.
That would be the same thing as if you picked her up and you were on the side of the road.
No, I would call a company to come change my tire. I'm already with the car.
You can still call a company and change the tire. You just go. It'd probably be better off to go meet them with the car.
Yeah, you think? You think? Because, now they're going to jack up your car with the battery that's underneath.
If they know how to jack the car properly.
Done. Again, too many scenarios. I don't want to discuss full self-driving. Especially something that ain't coming this year nor the next.
You got comments?
Yeah. The car would be locked in transit. A rider would have to schedule a pickup. They would have no control of the car. A Q code would appear on their smartphone to identify them. The people who keep saying anytime soon are really saying never or not in my lifetime. How soon do you expect to die?
They're saying not anytime soon?
The people who keep saying are really saying never. I don't see full self-driving happening.
I don't see it happening with the computing hardware they have now.
You still have to take in the fact, again, like I told you, construction, potholes, just articles in the road. A ladder was just in the road the other day. A ladder.
Ladders are always on the road.
A ladder.
People who don't know how to strap things down.
So, good luck. And whoever uses their car for the testing purposes is probably going to be done in a nice California street or something that, again, is the rainbows and sunshine. What's it going to do when it rains and it can't see the lines? Pull over? That's my point. It doesn't matter what you don't see.
What?
I'm saying I don't see it. It doesn't. It doesn't matter what you see. I don't see it, you see it, we'll see who sees it first. What matters is that someone else sees and is showing the way. America, for the most part, are not ready for self-driving, nor are they ready to give up their freedom of driving themselves. We will have to change drastically as a society for it to work. A ladder on the road for sure. Tesla would run it over for sure. There go your car. Now Tesla got to fix it.
One thing I do know that I definitely can see is the car still doesn't read speed limit signs. And I just cannot figure that one out. I don't know if it's
And then is Tesla gonna pay the ticket when or is the car gonna pull over for the police? Is the car gonna pull over for the police?
probably not.
Full self-driving. Or is it gonna have a code that when the police get behind it, they're gonna be able to access it and it's gonna pull over automatically?
I would highly doubt that.
Full self-driving, 2020. Live on Channel 9 News,
Like
Tesla on a speed chase.
And I'm not talking about like autopilot getting better and stuff. I'm talking about this Tesla network that people are talking about, that people are saying, well, the cars are just going to increase in value because the car will be able to go out and make money. And I have to use a badge to get into my parking space at work. Like, I wouldn't even be able to send it out.
The car will pull over for emergency vehicles when on full self-driving.
It wasn't long ago when Tesla ran over a fire truck on the side of the road.
It was pulling over. It was pulling over.
So for me to believe that it's gonna see one behind it while it's moving, when there's only one camera facing that way, I don't know.
Not all police cars look alike.
Yeah.
Not all police cars. Is it going to have something in the police cars? Yeah, but it hasn't since with thousands of more cars.
That's a really low bar.
The fire truck was beyond another car that moved out of the lane at the last moment. Again,
It's a fire truck though.
but shouldn't it, if the car moved out of the way at the last moment, shouldn't it, I know in my car, it could see the car in front of the car, and sometimes the car in front of the other car. It couldn't pick it up. The fire truck was stopped.
That doesn't make it any better.
It don't make it any better because it hit a stopped vehicle now. So is it coming? Yes. Is America ready for it? No. Is it coming next year?
I think some Americans are ready for it. I wouldn't just say all Americans aren't ready for it. Just
But is America in the whole ready for it?
some Americans can't wait for it, and some Americans think it's ready now. But I mean, Tesla network. I have no idea when that's going to be ready.
Said the other car could have moved out of the way sooner, but it didn't. Okay, but it didn't. It didn't. So it didn't.
Where we are, there are nothing but injury law firm billboards everywhere, and the other car didn't move out of the way fast enough. I mean, that doesn't make you less at fault for an accident than anything else.
Definitely not hitting the parked vehicle, whether lights were on or not. This is where we need those long cigarettes.
Oh, goodness.
We need those long cigarettes. Norway will prove it can work. Oh, that's Norway, though. Norway will prove it can work with infrastructure and enough data / cars. That's Norway.
Norway should probably get it working before anyone else, since they have like such a high density of Teslas in their country. Isn't there snow a lot there?
Mm-hmm.
If they can have it proven to work in snowy conditions, then it'd be really good.
Then the U.S. will finally get behind it. Jealous of all the savings on healthcare and clean air. The U.S. will finally get behind it. Jealous of all the savings on healthcare and clean air. A lot of Americans waiting for it, but that's all they can do. Keep on waiting.
Apparently, a lot of Americans like spending a lot of money on healthcare. But we're not going to get into politics.
Please don't. It was probably across the lane in park, not the full view of the rear. But okay, if you were driving it, would you still have hit it? That's the question.
This is my thing. It hit something that's huge that wasn't moving, and usually when I use it, it slams on the brakes for nothing.
But if you were driving by yourself, would you have hit a fire truck that was stopped on the side of the road?
No.
Hell no, I'd be paying attention. Right. That's the problem I have with it. And nothing, and I'm not saying, I'm pretty sure you get your Tesla payback, but nothing would be more upsetting is if I send my car out there full self-driving, run in the back and hit a stopped car, and somebody get hurt.
Why do these videos always go so long?
Because we get on a topic like this, and it's a controversial topic. I would have been paying attention, but then I read and follow instructions. You would have been paying attention. That's the thing. But that gets to my point. Oh no, let's not talk politics. Let's not talk politics.
I am a person just filled with unpopular opinions.
Do you think a human could have moved out of the way after the car in front of it moved out of... I've done that. It's not so much move out of the way. It's most so stop the car from hitting things. Some Teslas have ran into barriers head on at full speed. No one would have done that in a regular car if they weren't asleep or drunk at the wheel. That person wouldn't have done that.
If you're talking about the one I think you're talking about, it might even be two of those cases where like it was one of those barriers that's supposed to collapse, where somebody had hit it like the day before and they weren't in a Tesla. It might have been a Prius. I don't know what kind of vehicle it was, but I guess it was like a weird setup where people just hit it a lot. Like Tesla or not, autopilot or not.
And they're going to be those situations too.
But
Tesla fans off topic. Watch Jeff Dan talking lithium battery additives. A video out yesterday. It's a different video that you could probably watch later. Jeff Don talking lithium battery additives.
Tesla has a big battery. Is it a battery investor day? I think they're calling it. Coming up.
there was an exit on the left.
Yeah. Another thing we have a lot of in Baton Rouge, especially near downtown.
He's the battery guru.
Exiting from the fast lane.
Or you get on the right, then you got to take an exit on the left. Had been damaged in prior accident.
Yeah. And that's more of a case for the fatality, I believe. But, I mean, you still shouldn't hit it.
Yeah.
And they just didn't replace it fast enough because apparently it gets hit often.
They have something at one of the Walmarts. It's a stop sign that always got hit.
Oh, yeah. The one down the street.
It constantly got hit, like over and over and over and over and over again. It's a stop sign, but it still got hit.
The stop sign has its own Instagram page.
It has its own Facebook page. They took the stop sign down, and they had a memorial service out there for it. If they make the Cybertruck in Texas, do you think a lot of Ford truck buyers will buy them?
I think so.
I think it's going to be a slow build. Like, this person sees it and they see what it can do. Then this person sees it and they see what it can do. That type of issue. Kind of how like Tesla is in Louisiana. Someone sees that what it can do. Then they get one. And it just trickles down till it spreads.
Especially if people are going to be posting videos of the Tesla Cybertruck just dragging Fords all over the place. Because people who drive trucks, they do have some pride about themselves, and they don't want to be in a little wimpy truck.
It's got to be able to pull something. So the barrier wasn't very clear. It had a strange crosshatch pattern painted on the ground there. It had not yet been repaired. Let's see. It's a 50K versus 50K and don't have to pay gas, oil changes, drag those Fords. Yeah.
Unless there are multiple accidents, I know exactly what you're talking about that barrier and the way those lines were painted. It was a mess.
Mm-hmm. Someone said exit on the left. Never seen that before.
Oh,
we got a ton.
We have back to back to back. It's 4 in a row downtown.
And they have one where it's you get on,
and
immediately it's left.
No, it's 5 in a row. Yeah, because one is you getting on from the left.
Yeah.
And if you don't get over to the right, you get in. It starts into an exit in the left, and then on the other side there's an exit to the right.
Yeah. That's why I guess for me, I can see it totally different than most people because some states are built better. Their roads are built better. They can see it better. I can see it coming, but I can see it also failing. And I can see...
Our state is like those Allstate commercials. We're just used to the mayhem.
Right. I mean, when a interstate is lined with attorneys, been in a wreck, been in a wreck, they actually have one sign where he has like the mirror and you could see in the mirror like 50 of them behind. Like
he has so many billboards. He has billboards that make fun of how many billboards he has.
Yeah. Oh, there are some seriously messed up roads out there.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. I don't know if you've ever watched some of the videos you've done while you've been in a truck. Some of them aren't that messed up.
Some of the camera quality is just bouncing around.
Right. And some of it's the camera quality. But some of it's like, my dad drives 18-wheelers as well. And he, the fog was so thick. According to him, he was in his lane. The person wasn't driving in their lane. It was a 2-lane highway. The person went off the road. He was automatically at fault because he's driving an 18-wheeler. Watch some AlphaGo L. Go AI. Just seeing those are the most complex games, and the computer found out how to beat the best humans way before anyone thought. AI is. I truly believe in AI on certain things. I think AI is super smart. I mean, it's better than what I could do on certain things. And I mean, I work with a lot of hey, baby's good. I work with a lot of computer systems that use that type of stuff. I mean, I'm getting ready to start RPA, which it was weird, but it's here and now it's here. And I think it's great because it works. I trust it to a certain degree. There was an accident 11 days prior to that, the fatal accident. The barrier wasn't fixed. What do you think about drive with suspension on very high 100% of the time on the Model X? Oh, I don't drive with my suspension high. I just do standard. The only time I'll raise my suspension is at the daycare. There's a pothole that's so deep at the front of the daycare. The first time I hit it, my car went so deep into the pothole, I felt like I was scraping the bottom of the car. So I rose the suspension after that, but I don't ride with my suspension very high. Yeah, it has been some time. Hey, everybody.
Yep.
There are some in Hawaii with exits on the left. Some streets only have exits going in one direction. On I-40 in Tennessee, there are short exits where you cannot ignore the orange speed limit signs at.
Mm-hmm. I know all about those.
We got that
when you're
too.
in a car, most of the time, those speed limit exit ramps, most of the time you don't have to pay attention.
Right.
But when you're in a truck, if that thing says you need to be going 25 miles per hour at that exit.
But we got some of them in a car that you have to be very careful. Like, we have one turn. It's not even an exit. It's just a turn on an interstate that is just such a weird kind of angle. If you're going too fast, to me, some people, Zach might take the turn faster than me. I gotta slow down, and I can't have anyone next to me because everybody's coming out their lane. Everybody's shifting out of their lane. You could just see it. So I'm just afraid that my car wouldn't shift. Well, it probably would have to shift after the person starts coming over on it.
I think the area you're talking about is right past all those left turn lanes.
Yes.
Left exits.
Yes. And don't forget that area floods bad.
Yeah.
So you're not in your car and your car runs full speed into, well, I hope it stopped. Please, it's gonna have to know to stop at all these type of things. Flood water. Like, I'm pretty sure they're gonna figure that out some kind of way. But some people can't see flood waters in a regular car driving. Like, even humans can't see it. So
I'd be more concerned with just a regular officer just directing traffic.
Get them too when you're going into school zones.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to bust through one of those, or even just driving next to us. We would have to see school bus.
Yeah, it'd have to know the laws of when it needs to stop on a school bus, like when the road is divided and how many lanes it has to have before when you have to stop, when you go in the opposite direction, and when you don't have to stop.
I hate left exits. They should not exist. I know they shouldn't exist.
It's really a bad idea to put an exit lane in the fast lane.
But it's really bad when you have people trying to get on and people trying to get off at the same exit. Like, it's a
battle.
It's a hill and people are getting on and you got people that are getting off. So it's this. We got some bad little ideas going on. Now we got the roundabouts that regular humans don't know how to work.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the computer would be like, and there's some things that I'm pretty sure the car would excel at that humans don't excel at.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen tire marks right through the middle of a roundabout. And I just kind of wishing I could have just seen that happen.
Have you ever had someone meet you the wrong way? I've had that happen.
That's impressive.
And they laughed about it. And I'm going, in my Tesla, what? How that work? How do you get out of it at this point?
And they're getting more and more common here.
Mm-hmm.
And they work. They're really efficient when people use them right.
I like the Model X, especially the Falcon Wing doors. They're great. It's probably, I will say this car is probably the best car I've had. Outside of my Corolla was a Soldier. I just sold my Corolla. Well, traded it in. It was the best car for a young individual.
How long did you have that car?
It was
15?
a 2007 Toyota Corolla.
It's 2007?
Yeah.
I thought you had it when you got it your senior year?
I got it, maybe it was 2006. It was a 2006 Corolla. 2006, because I got it before my senior year, because I couldn't even drive it.
Okay.
So 2006 Toyota Corolla. And we just got rid of it this year.
Yeah, the Fabergé egg. Yes.
It definitely reminds you of that. It's the Fabergé egg of cars. That's like Minnesota, potholes everywhere. You have to, and you have 200 yards to get on the freeway, up to 60, and off the freeway down to 25 miles per hour, especially in the Twin Cities.
I hate it when you're getting on a ramp like that and you know it's sharp, but the car in front of you just has no business being even trying to attempt something like that. It's like a old beat down 1980 something Ford truck with garbage in the back. It's like what are you trying to accomplish here? I'm trying to get myself to 70 miles per hour quickly.
Or what about just the people that, even for a normal exit, we doing 70 miles per hour. People will slow down while we're however many yards back from getting off the interstate.
They start slowing down at the mile sign.
We get to a 40 miles per hour in a 70 miles per hour area, and people are throwing on their brakes because why? People are racing to the front because people start throwing on their brakes early. They start jumping over in front of people, and now we got people that's throwing on their brakes. I lose my mind every day coming home.
Got a couple of comments.
Yeah. Sorry for keeping you guys so long. The entire country I live in is an edge case. Full self-driving will be taught how to read hand signals from traffic directors.
They don't always use proper hand signals though. Like when you're,
Come on.
If you're driving, like after an LSU game, like they do this contraflow thing where you're supposed to drive on the wrong side of the road, and the police it's usually dark after the game, and they're just flashing the light what appears to be in your face.
What full self-driving is going to have to be is just like autopilot. You're going to have to pick your battles.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is it even going to be worth it if you have to pick your battles? I don't know if it's worth it if I have to pick my battles.
I think they can get to a point where it'll be able to react to stop signs and traffic lights and stuff like that.
And hand signals.
I think hand signals would be really difficult. And I think school speed limit signs will probably be
It's got so
something they
many.
can do too. But I think some people are buying full self driving with the idea that they can put it on the Tesla network and it'll pay for itself.
Okay. El Paso has I-10 passing through the middle of town. It exits all ends and U-turns, and if you are in the far left lane at street level.
What?
El Paso has I-10 passing through the middle of town.
Mm-hmm.
It exits all in U-turns.
So all the exits are U-turns.
And if you are in the far left lane at street level. Someone said you meant your T-Rex Corolla. What y'all not gonna do is play my Corolla. That's what y'all not gonna do. My Corolla was amazing.
In Baton Rouge, Interstate 10, the left lane exits to 110. The right lane exits to another road, and it goes down to one lane for about a quarter of a mile.
Mm. Some drivers shouldn't be driving. That is very true.
Yep.
Some days I feel like I shouldn't drive. I truly do. I have a baby and it gets a little sleepy. But I stay awake. Off topic. Which player should the Seattle Seahawks draft from the Tigers in the first or second round?
From the Tigers.
LSU.
What do they need?
Zach is not really a NFL keeper-upper.
Well, if he's talking about LSU, then
Well, you are not but you definitely follow college. They need defense.
They need defense. Why is he limiting himself to LSU?
Oh, I skipped the question. He's just asking LSU.
Oh.
Zach, why did you give just LSU? They defense. They ain't got nobody good defense. Anyways.
Well, LSU is DBU, so you can't go wrong there.
If you drive truck, did you order the Tesla Semi?
It's complicated.
More details coming soon. Coming
Yeah.
soon. Coming soon.
Hopefully next week, I'll kind of start to iron that out. But, like, I drive for a company right now, and I don't really think we're going to get Tesla Semis there. But I also want to get a Tesla Semi. So.
Okay. You think it's worth investing in used Model X with AP1 versus AP2?
What? Used Model X with?
You think it's worth investing in used Model X with AP1 versus AP2?
Depends on what the price is.
I agree. Will people be sensitive enough when road rage occurs to take their wrath out on the car rather than the driver? Will Tesla start getting shot at? LOL. That is
There's
so...
a video of a drive-by on did you see that?
A drive-by?
Yeah.
And they shot the Tesla?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we already got issues with people keying them.
Yeah.
So
that seemed like that slowed down a little bit. I think people are starting to realize that the cars have cameras.
Right.
But not all people.
But you remember that time we have these things where it takes pictures of people that drive fast through certain parts of town. And it'll snap a picture of, like, it's this little machine that'll catch people, ticket them. Well, someone got their picture taken, and they came back, and they beat the machine up with a baseball bat. I can just see someone getting mad on the interstate because they think the Tesla didn't cut them off, and they just pull out, whoa! They just pull out a baseball bat and just start going to town. And then they realize nobody's even in there.
I think most people, like if they thought someone cut them off and they walked up to a car and they wanted to fight and they saw that nobody was in the car, I think they would just.
They'd probably be looking in the car like, what is going on? Like,
I think they would start questioning, like the stuff they ate that day.
I don't know. Or then they might have seen videos and they might realize that it's a car that don't have nobody in it, and
Stuff happens.
they might still do something. But I would hope if you're utilizing something like full self-driving, you then have your cameras running at all times for situations like this.
I would like to think of anytime, like the full self-driving aspect of it is running, the cameras should always be recording.
Yeah, not like when you honk the horn. They have that new thing. If you honk the horn, the cameras will start. It should be like running from the full point A to point B.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't want it to miss anything. It says, so if you intend to turn left, you end up just taking a U-turn. And the Cybertruck has a bulletproof body for 9mm. But not my Model X. Not my Model X. So I gotta protect it at all costs.
Yeah.
That's all I got. I done gave the Corolla back, and it withstand a lot. I don't drive a old school Lincoln Continental.
Bulletproof.
That is definitely bulletproof. This was a good little topic.
Yeah, autopilot always.
You know that rubbed me
Always drives
wrong.
discussion.
That just rubs me the wrong way.
And really, you get super aggressive talking about autopilot.
I do, because I feel like so many people abuse it, and that's not what it's for.
That's true.
And you can't stand for it because, well, you can't stand with it because you know what it represents for others, and it's a negative thing.
It puts Tesla in a bad position because
Right.
as they're trying to develop it, every time there's an accident, they know that at any moment lawmakers can overreact and shut the
Right.
whole thing down.
Right.
And it's something that they've been working on, and they would have to refund people their money back if it did get shut down.
So that's where I'm like, I'm just like, I get agitated with it because I feel like we're not there. We're not ready for it. We may be ready for it, but are we really ready for that type of responsibility?
I think people are ready for it and they know what they want it to be able to do, but I don't know if people are ready to accept what it can and can't do at all times.
They have to plow ahead and keep educating to collect the data for those supercomputers to program themselves and learn from humans. Yeah, I think
And the thing is, it can collect data even when autopilot isn't on.
right.
'Cause I'm sure they've gotten, for me and my Uber and Lyft driving, they should have the whole city of Baton Rouge mapped out well.
With really good disclaimers. Yes. Very good disclaimers. We are not responsible for anything. I don't know. I just feel like, I don't know. I see some of these things and I go, bruh.
Bruh.
And I know it happens in every other car. Like, even without the computers, people fall asleep behind the wheel. People do those type of things. But when you're trying to accomplish a goal that I think Tesla is trying to do, and you have people that
are abusing the system, you're doing them a disservice.
Right. Let's see. I really want to see the truck in person. It looks very cool.
I would like to see it in person too.
Me too.
Because I would like to see it in person. One, just to get an idea of how big it really is. Because I know it's too long to fit in our garage, but I still want to see like what the dimensions of it look like. Like what does it look like standing next to it? Like,
I want to see the
because
tailgate.
almost every picture I've seen of it, it looks fake. Like it's so different. Like even a picture of it driving down the street with Elon in it, it doesn't look real.
Do you ever see yourself going back to ICE cars?
Not as a personal vehicle. For the time, no, not as a personal vehicle.
I think for me, it depends on the car. Depends on the car, depends on the features. I would never go back to Toyota Corolla. Not unless, God forbid something happened and I need to go back to the Toyota Corolla, because I would go back to the Toyota Corolla, but not by choice. But if I had to, it would depend on the actual car itself, because, and that's the issue. That's the issue with ICE cars, because there's a lot of great things about my car outside of the autopilot that I always fuss about, that I like, that I enjoy, that other cars don't have. I mean, not pumping gas is a nice feature.
I'm not going back to ICE cars.
It would really have to depend on the car. And it would have to really depend on like Tesla. Like if they told me, if Teslas just start getting hacked and all this stuff start happening to the car and it just get really weird, I would probably definitely want to reconsider it 100%. Like it would take something like really crazy to happen.
Like, and even with something like that, they're so proactive about hacking.
Yeah.
I don't see that being a problem.
I mean, it would take something like really crazy to happen to where my car just started acting really crazy.
The battery on this phone lasts so much longer than the battery on the old phone.
Yeah. Okay. Someone says, when I get my Cybertruck, I'll bring it over to see you guys. Please do.
Yes, I would like to see it.
I just want to see it because I want to see it. I want to see the tailgate. I want to see the little thing.
Yeah.
That looks really weird. It was different. What color are you getting it? Is it only in a certain color right now?
I think they said silver and then gunmetal metal color. I think they said you can do that, or I have to look into that again. I think they said like 2 colors. I don't think there were a lot of colors.
$100 says they will buy a Cybertruck afterwards. No.
Who, us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're not buying a Cybertruck. I think it's interesting and cool, but I like my car. She likes her car. We don't have a desire to have 3 cars.
We got bigger plans.
If I wanted another car, it would either be an X or a Y.
Would you like to go back to the Lincoln? Ooh, Lord. Didn't you drive a Lincoln?
I had a Cadillac.
What, Caddy?
Me?
Yeah.
That's another car that probably wouldn't fit in our garage. That little giant car. I had a 94 Cadillac Fleetwood.
That was pink.
It wasn't pink, it was purple.
That made it so much better. It wasn't pink. It was purple.
It was actually, if you're
Lilac.
going to get into the details, it was lavender and plum. It had plum stripes on it for some reason. It's lavender and plum.
So Zach inherited his car from a pimp.
Yep. Drug dealer, question mark?
Okay, semi will kick his butt anyway. I'm interested to see all these different vehicles they have coming out. I really want to, you know what car I really want to go see? The Porsche one.
Taycan.
Yeah. We can't afford it.
Yeah. No.
We can't afford it. I just want to see it. I want to see what makes it work. Because it isn't like 200.
I think the top end was 200.
I want to see what makes it worth that much. Like, does it have something that Tesla doesn't have in the car that makes it $200,000, or is it the name that makes it worth $200,000? That's what I want to see.
I mean, it's a Porsche, so it's gonna have some high dollar materials that they're using in the interior.
That's what I want to see.
But
you can't win me over with leather.
you're looking for $100,000 worth of difference,
Right. That's what I'm saying. That leather is not gonna be. It's gonna have to be doing some really nice stuff up in there. You know what I did?
It's probably gonna have like better performing brakes, maybe and like some things that people who would take their cars to the track might notice. But
that's not enough. You know what I saw?
The Porsche Taycan has a clock on the dashboard.
That's what I was just about to say. It has a clock on the dashboard, an analog clock. I was like, wait, is that a clock? It looked like you know how the Chrysler 300s have a clock in it. I was like, is that a clock? That's what I want to see. Like, was that really a clock, or was it a digital clock, or was it a clock? I was just about to say that. Like, I saw a picture of it and I saw a clock. And I was like, is that like a little, and it was like a little heel with a clock in it.
Yeah, I thought that might have been a clock, but I drive trucks, so I just assumed it was a gauge.
Like a gauge at first. But the more I looked at it, I was like, is that a clock? Why they got a clock in this like this when they got the time right there?
Do they still teach kids how to read time like that?
I believe they do. I think it depends on your public school. I don't know. Yes, a real clock. Like,
I don't like the analog clocks that don't have the numbers on them.
It does. It has the tick marks on it. I think
anxiety.
I think the Porsche one has the tick marks on it. But I'm cool with that. Well, I mean, I'm not cool with the clock. It's just a random clock. And I'm like, $200,000 and it's got this clock sitting just. I feel like they just didn't have anything to do, but I wish they would have kept it really minimal, like simple.
If you do that, you have a very hard time justifying the $200,000 price.
But I feel like that's the going thing now. Like, I don't know.
Somebody said most cars have that. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Rolls Royce has that.
But I feel like isn't Rolls Royce more like a limo style, like you pick up a person and they ride in the back seat type of situation? Isn't that what? I mean, people buy them to drive them, but isn't that like their purpose, like to be more of a carry, like a shuttle type service?
It is, but the performance on those cars is somewhat underrated. But I mean, nobody's really driving them like that.
No. So I mean, I would understand it in a car like that. That's what the look is going for, to be like that person that has a driver. But we talking about something that's like a sports car, and it's got like an analog clock.
Analog clock in the car feels like a chandelier or something that's kind of just there.
It's dated. It's super dated. Like, I get it's the luxury is that type of feel. And I think we got some comments. Hold up. Clocks everywhere. Laugh out loud. A real world analog clock. Most luxury cars put the analog clock to feel luxury. Is that like having a grill when it's not needed and calling a turbo when it's electric? I felt shade in that comment. At 11 years low, and they said Cybertruck has 600K pre-orders. Yikes. Going down. 40 going down.
I never really got on them too much for the turbo thing because when I think of turbos, since I grew up with video games, I always think of like the little button that some of the controllers had on them that most of the time didn't do anything. That's what I think of when I hear the word turbo.
I think if it's gonna go fast, like turbo speed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just really want to get inside to see what is the difference that makes this car. And you can't say the name anymore. You can't say Porsche is the reason. It's just the name. Because back maybe in 2000, you could say Porsche and you could say, oh, this is why it's a Porsche.
Oh, you know what I saw Friday for the first time?
What?
I saw a Cadillac ELR.
What is that?
It's like a Chevy Volt, but it's a Cadillac.
That sounds like
it looks better in person than I
that
thought it
sounds
would.
disgusting.
It kind of looks like an ATS, but I think it's 2 doors if I remember correctly.
My younger cousin was an oops child. When he came along as the 6th son, his next brother was 17 years older. He had no clue how to read an analog clock. He literally only knew how to, what is that? You gotta read it. Oh, read a digital.
So
read a digital.
Why is that text so small?
My text always been this small when you reading it. Yes, I agree. F has the writing on the wall. I just don't know about that clock. They could have put something like that. Could have been more like screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could have been, and I don't know how it's set up with the screen or anything. I just know I remember looking at the pictures because the pictures that I saw, it had like a dark brown and black leather, and it had a clock. And I went, that looks so weird. I don't know. They really would have to sell me on what makes this so different. I would assume like it has Wi-Fi already that I don't have to pay. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to pay a subscription or something, just like I would Tesla.
So,
which makes it even like we still stacking up the price of what's different.
It's $100,000 more than a performance Model S. You don't have the supercharger network, but you do have the Electrify America network, which isn't bad in our area. We have 3 charging stations for them in Louisiana, but you can't really go too far north. I mean, you're good on Interstate 10, but it's sketchy.
Lipstick on a pig. It can't do a battery powertrain like Tesla.
That's why I got a Tesla, for the battery powertrain.
But what is $200,000?
The battery, because they can't make a battery efficiently and as cheap as Tesla.
That's not gonna work for them then. They can go ahead and get rid of that and shelve that. That clock, it only gives 191 miles.
Yeah.
I don't know. And what's the other? Jaguar has one.
Oh, the I-Pace?
The I-Pace, which I despise because they made it look like it's straight out of Tron. Instead of making it look like a regular Jaguar.
The crazy thing is, I like the Jaguar I-Pace on the inside. I mean, I wish it was bigger, had more, like a third. I wish it had room for a third row.
I don't think it even. Why? It doesn't have to have it, like, we don't have a third row in our X.
I wish it had room for a third row.
Oh, you saying it doesn't even have room for a third row. Mine does have room for a third row. That one is so small it doesn't. So it's comparable to a Y, but it has the price of an X.
I felt like it wasn't too far off the size of my car. But it's.
I'm saying it has. Oh, okay. So the room of your car, but the price of my car.
It might be about the same size as a Y. Maybe that second row is just pushed back a little further or something.
Mm.
But It didn't feel too far off the size of my car.
My friend has a Lexus IS F30 Sport. It has an analog clock in the middle. I just feel like that's something that could go away. I do. I feel like
Maybe in like 1990 or something, they bought like 1,000,000 analog clocks, and they just offloading them. Just a theory. Probably not a right one, but
in 1985, the summer after I graduated high school, I spent the summer working for my uncle in Beverly Hills, cleaning and detailing and waxing expensive cars. I don't know. It's just something about that. I don't like that feature. I feel like it's taking up unnecessary space in a car. I think if you got rid of it, the car would look so much cleaner because I swear it has a heel. And I'm not going to even go look for it but I swear it has a heel with a clock in it. And what's the other one? What's the other luxury car?
oh, the Audi
e-tron.
e-tron.
No, that's the one that looked like it's out of Tron. Because it got Tron in the name.
Oh goodness.
But it looked like it's straight out of Tron. What did they do to that car? Look up the Audi e-tron on that phone.
I thought it looked fine.
I'm confused.
I remember you did. I think you didn't like the inside.
Something had the weirdest color. Like they was showing it in the ugliest color that they could have shown it in.
Oh, blue? What's that? I thought it was a good looking car. I think it was something about the inside you didn't like.
Say inside. That's not it. Something about those cars, I didn't like it.
I thought the e-tron was a good looking car. It's a nice effort until you compare it to a Model X. I think they did a lot more right with that car than they did wrong. It's just there's a Model X and then there's an e-tron. So,
I just wish somebody would come out with a luxury car. Not trying to compete with Tesla, but just that could hold weight. And I'm pretty sure those other cars will hold some type of weight in the EV world. But I wish we can get a car that just looks like a car. It don't have to be crazy fancy. It don't have to be super simplistic like the Model 3s and the Model Ys. It could still look like a car. But it works. It's functional. Ferrari,
they aren't going to do that.
It's going up in price.
They aren't going to do that until they're forced to. A good-looking electric car that will affect their core business, which is selling gas cars. And those are the cars they actually make money off of.
You know what I think would come out with, which a lot of people gonna hate? Well, they got Ford. Ford Mustang, the Match, whatever it is, Mach-E, whatever.
The Mach-E?
Mach-E, yeah.
The Mustang Mach-E.
I feel like that is a good start for them. But I feel like a cool car, I would love to see a Camaro BEV, but it doesn't look weird. It looks like a cooler version of what it is.
I feel like what the only thing Ford did wrong with the Mach-E was calling it a Mustang.
Right. That offended some people.
I personally don't have a problem with it, but
that offended a lot of people.
People who like Mustangs hate that idea all the way into their bones, and you can feel it.
And they express it when you say something like the new Mustang. That is not a Mustang. We don't want artificial growl. Jesus, sorry. Like, okay, calm down. Chill out. Okay, I've got some ones that I need to read. All the cars had analog clocks in the dash. And after a while, I noticed that basically they were copies of Rolls Royce and Bentley vehicles, all in their own versions. Ferrari is supposed to be working on an electric car, and Porsche will improve. And everyone with a clock or chronograph in the dash. Sony actually making electric cars too, software code and with battery tech. I've driven the e-tron. It's nice that it's electric, but I feel I would be bored of it after a couple months. I've had my Tesla for 1.5 years now, and I still love it.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a regular car. Now, you don't have to even be regular. I feel like once you take a car like a Camaro or Impala and you make it EV, you've made it something that's irregular, totally crazy and special. So I think like if they were to transform one of those cars into an EV, don't make it look weird. Don't give it a weird rear to make it look like it's a station wagon. Just make it look like a supercar. I think those companies.
I'd like to point out that Ferrari, it wasn't too long ago, they said they would never make an electric vehicle. But I think Lamborghini, they said that they would make one, and that's like their main rival. Well, I don't know if Lamborghini said they would make one, but I think they made like a moving concept or something like that.
The issue with those cars are they don't have the infrastructure. And you have Tesla that's coming out that's giving people luxury for way under what they're charging. To the fact that even celebrities who have money to buy all these cars and drive whatever car they choose, they're choosing to bring their kids to school in their Teslas. They're choosing to go to whatever they're going in a Tesla. That's the problem. The Hummer, I'm pretty sure, will take off and it will sell once it does come out, whenever that may be.
I think when the Tesla Roadster comes out, companies like Lamborghini and Ferrari might have a problem. Because not only because the performance Model S outperforms those cars in some metrics already. But then when you have a Roadster that comes out that's in that same price range and it'll be basically just as exclusive as those cars.
Right.
You would only be buying them just because you like the rumble.
Right.
You like the engine noise.
Right.
And I think a lot of people buy those cars other than maybe some faster or cheaper cars just because they're more exclusive.
Right. I don't know. I just wish that not trying to say I wish they had more competition, but I wish they had more choices. More affordable choices, more common sense choices. Like, Teslas aren't cheap. They're definitely, the Y and the Model 3, they're cheaper, but...
Used Teslas aren't cheap.
But they're not that cheap. They're not that cheap. And I wish there was something else in the market that would be affordable, but still nice. It doesn't have to be like most of these things. They're coming out with these huge, even in the Dodge trucks, they have these huge screens now. All of these trucks are getting these huge screens. Mm-hmm. All of these cars are getting these huge screens. It really doesn't have to be all of that. It just needs to be able to be affordable and offer people something totally different to avoid paying so much in maintenance and gas and all those types of things on these cars. And clean the air up a little bit, maybe. I don't know. We are so deep into this.
Yeah.
I feel like we went down a
full rabbit hole. I had a very short list of notes to talk about.
I feel like we weren't going to even do this live. Let's see. We're gonna finish up the questions, and we're gonna try and let y'all go to bed. And I'm gonna go craft.
Yeah, it's. You sure you're gonna craft? It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I'm gonna go craft.
Okay.
I think Lamborghini starts to act like a little brother to Ferrari. The next Tesla Roadster will be Ice Killer.
I believe Lamborghini was I want to say like kind of like a spin-off of Ferrari. They kind of are the little brother to Ferrari. I think like the people who formed Lamborghini, I think they came from Ferrari, if I'm not mistaken. If we have any low battery.
We can keep going.
If we have any Italians in the audience, they might be able to educate us, our car experts.
Someone said yes, more affordable choices. I totally agree. Pollution kills more people than anything. I totally agree. Friends, once people dig deeper into Tesla, it shows how really far ahead they are. When will we make a new video? I think we're trying to do another one tomorrow, but it won't be live.
Yeah, it won't be live.
Just like BMW is the kid brother to Mercedes. Yep, the reason all these Tesla killers are 25 to 30% less efficient. All true. All true. I don't know what today's lesson is. Tesla is super far ahead of everyone in technology and software. So far ahead that even a Tesla owner like myself can't even see it.
If you're using autopilot, keep your eyes up and your hands on the wheel.
It makes it better for everybody else.
Yeah.
It makes everyone else comfortable. And this has been a good video.
It's been a long video.
But we've kept it going, though. It wasn't like scrambling.
Mm-hmm.
True that. Word to your mother. And Porsche's only reason to exist is sticking it to Ferrari. We only want to come to work just to piss off Ferrari. Zeus was out.
Zeus didn't stay long.
Let me tell you, Zeus was like, I'm going back to the bed. Forget y'all. Zeus is probably snoring. Or stuck in a blanket. He gets stuck.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's funny seeing him try to jump his way out of a blanket.
Yeah, Zeus is snoring. Zeus is knocked out snoring. I'm pretty sure if Zach was to go in there, he would have to sneak in there, but he's probably snoring.
I don't think I could get back there without him waking up.
Yeah, he would wake up, but he's snoring. I hear him shuffling. He's probably stuck in something. Probably go check on him. Well, all right, everybody. It's nice talking with y'all. As always.
And we will be back. Well, we're supposed to do this every 2 weeks, but...
Every 2 weeks?
Next week, in 2 weeks from now, is going to be difficult. The driver's banquet.
You forgetting the most important thing, boo.
Our anniversary.
Thank you. Driver's banquet.
I mean, just based on the time.
Yeah, what? Forget that driver's banquet. We got an anniversary. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
This is the part where I struggle to turn the thing off.
Thank you.
Thank you.
5 years. And I'm still getting on your nerves.